Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of the Lan Party podcast.
Woo!
I'm joined
Let's
by Raffware. How you doing,
That's
Raff?
me. Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, just chilling a little bit. Yeah,
Bing chilling.
that's
Today-
what I do.
Today
Oh
we're doing
my
the
God.
first episode of the...
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
don't know.
I'm a bit nervous as well.
Yeah, I feel like this is like, I don't know if we've gone in the same direction or not. I've concocted what I've concocted, but
You're not nervous for yours. You're nervous for mine.
no, I am nervous for mine because mine's not very cool, but it is kind.
Just wait till you see mine. Wait till you see
Yeah.
mine.
I don't know.
Don't
Don't know about this one.
To sum up what we're going to be doing, we've made a 3x3 of our favourite games.
Yeah, we're trash
And-
taste. This is a trash taste podcast.
So we've
Yes.
taken this from Trash Taste, but the difference is we've actually got a ascending order in our favourites. So it's more of a top 9. And we're going to be taking it in turns to go in each number
Yeah.
until we get to our favourite game of all time, which I'm pretty sure we're both going to have the exact same answer for, which would be a cool moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, so should we just start,
Okay.
Ralph?
I mean, yeah. Okay. Right.
Okay.
What randomizer? Who goes first? Randomizer.
Yeah. I've got one up right
Okay.
here.
Heads.
No, it's like a spinny wheel. Do you want me to screen share my screen?
Yeah. I'll just be heads.
Here it is.
Oh my god. Here he goes.
Oh shit.
It's me. Oh wait, it's you. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Guys,
Okay.
that was dramatic. That was a real fucking nail biter. That was.
because this is such a lame game to go first with.
I.
Oh no.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so at number 9,
Yeah, big moment.
I've put Rust.
Well, I think I was right then. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, really? Man,
Rust,
that's fucked up.
but the thing
I
is,
don't
the
know.
reason why it's so low on my list is because I have had some of the most unique gaming experiences I've ever had on Rust,
Yeah.
but it's low because
You fucking barely played it. Admit it.
barely
You're not like
played
one of
it.
those weirdos who's like spent thousands of hours on Rust.
I
You just,
barely
like-
know shit about Rust. We were garbage. I don't know the meta at
Yeah.
all, but the multiplayer experience I had is unparalleled. It is incredible.
Yeah.
Me and my friend, we had like a base on a server, and just the interaction of like meeting other like groups on this server, and like I remember we were playing it around Christmas Day, and they were like, all right, we were like, okay, you're gonna be on tomorrow, like
shit.
Christmas
Oh,
Day. It was like,
man.
oh god, we gotta go on and we gotta make sure our base is all good. And it was just, it's like this cozy feeling where you gotta check in, and it's like it's this living world. And then
Yeah. I can really understand that. I mean, I've had that in like loads of different games. I mean, one of them might appear on this list, I think. Yeah. But the other game that I do not have on this list is Ark Survival Evolved.
oh shit, I thought Ark was gonna be the one on the list.
No. It didn't make the cuts. It did not.
But
make the
Ark is
cuts.
very similar. Ark
But
is better.
I think it's like there's more stuff to do. I think it's it's more grindy, less forgiving. Like there's no like actual shooter aspect of it. Like the combat is terrible in Ark. It's like you just like max speed and you set your character size to the smallest possible, and you just like run around in circles trying to land like stuns on the enemy.
That
It's the
sounds
worst.
garbage.
It's the worst experience. But like the aspect of like staying up all night to like make your little
It's that.
characters.
It's staying up late at night when you're like a teenager, like grinding away at a game.
Yeah, you've just got to like hope that your progress doesn't.
You're
be
like at
removed,
school and you're like crossing your fingers out. I love that. I love that so much.
Maybe I did. There was like a period where Ark was that for me, but I don't know if the game is good enough. And like for Rust, you really just based it on that one experience. Like
it was like a
enough to earn
month.
the spot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Man,
incredible.
fair enough.
I barely talk about it to like.
Well, I remember
feel like
you saying we wanted to get back into that, or like you wanted to get back into that.
I just want that experience, but not from Rust, because people have like just so sweaty. With it. I don't know.
It's the same with Ark as well. Like we tried to play Ark like a year or two ago.
You just can't keep up with the meta if you don't like play it all day or like a streamer.
It's like you literally build something that gets raided the next night.
If you want to,
it's just like everyone's kids. All the kids are grown up.
Yeah, if you want to see experience, like if you want to see what Rust is like without playing it, there's like trolling videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
like some of the best.
I watch them as well. Like
they are like just the interaction with other people is like no other game. Like I love
that is like other games. It is, but
I don't know. I've just never had it. Like just talking to people, and it's kind of role play-y, but it's kind of not. Like these guys are like, don't step over this line. If you do, like, then we'll shoot you. And they did, and it was just epic. I just love it. And just
when video games, it's like when it what's the word? It like
transcends.
Goes beyond, transcends like real life. It like becomes real life almost, and like it becomes this actual world where like consequences have, like actions have consequences.
Yeah, I love the possibility of like it's late, like in the game it's like nighttime and you're like in a campfire in your little house, and then you hear a stranger through the walls. Like that would happen so much.
Yeah, it's a
so
good. It's a good feeling.
You hear someone like trying to break in. It's so sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's my number 9. It's not like cool. It's not like nostalgic. It's not special to me. It was just an epic memory. Like that's it.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh man, and then jumping from that game, which you've like played almost like nothing compared to all these other games on the list, I imagine.
Yeah.
We have now my most played game ever at number 9.
Oh shit! Okay.
It's Overwatch.
What's your number 9?
It's Overwatch.
You've got Overwatch in yours.
Yes, because it's my most played game of all time.
Is it actually?
By that yeah, it must be at this point. I don't want to check, but like
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, like it just warrants by that metric, I think, to at least land a spot. But the reason why it's number 9 is because it fucking sucks. It's terrible.
It's so bad, but like both of us, it's like our most played.
But we
game.
we still play it, and like I think it's like fun. It's chill, like just to like chat with people, like catching up with friends, like who we don't talk to often. Like it's the only way like it gets people together. It's like a multiplayer game you can just mindlessly like play.
It's free now as well, so it's
and it has a purpose. I think originally like it was something quite special, like. But the devs, they don't know what that is, and they've like.
I think there's some serious skill like in this game, but like.
Yeah.
Like the art and the design is like incredible.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying it's cool, but like it's so clear. Like
yeah.
The fact that there's all these different characters and you can instantly know who's who and what's happening is insane.
There was definitely thought behind it, but I feel like they lost their way a bit.
People say they watch Pro Overwatch and like can't understand what they're seeing.
Yeah, but like, then like people watch like League of Legends and shit. Like League of Legends, what's going on?
I think it's better than League for like clarity. Yeah. It's just really well designed.
But yeah, gameplay-wise, not really.
It's not special to me. It's not very nostalgic. It's just like.
Yeah, I would have thought it would be on your list.
Overwatch.
Maybe no.
I'm acting like it is right now. I forgot this is your.
Your
pick. It's not on mine.
This is my pick. I think it can't be any higher than 9 just because of like I don't like love it in the same way.
I probably should have put it on my list actually.
Maybe. It deserves its spot though, just from how much I play it, and I still play it today, and we still play it. Like
we'll probably play it later.
Yeah, probably play it later. Maybe afterwards.
I do fucking love it for that reason. Like. Things that are positive and something you love doesn't have to be this crazy thing that you're obsessed
exactly.
with.
It could just be this like thing.
It's like a routine.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if everyone's online, you just go on Overwatch, I guess.
Have a little game. We end up 3 games later.
The
regretting
only
the
game that has
experience.
ever really replaced it since it's been out is like VoW. We've been into VoW a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit Valorant, but it's just so like annoying. Like that game, you actually have to be focused, and if you lose focus, then it's fucked. But like Overwatch, you can afford to make mistakes.
I do feel
And
like
it's
the
like-
highs of Valorant are higher, but like that's not really what you
Yeah,
want. You just want like a
no.
casual experience. And
Yeah.
Overwatch can be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. There's a lot of like user input, but it doesn't quite have that. It's like it tries to be competitive. It like has gone more competitive, and like the casual aspect is completely lost. But they still try and cater to casual. It's like this weird middle ground.
They
And they
do
haven't-
nothing right, it seems.
Yeah, they haven't like capped. It is literally like that. I think they even need to go like full competitive and like actually make the game like good for that system where you could like group up into teams or something. Like
Yeah.
actually have like team play. That would be so fun. Or they just need to go full casual with it. But I don't know. They're like stuck in the middle, and it's some weird shit.
We want to do a video about it at some point.
Yeah, it's worth it definitely. But anyway, that's Overwatch number 9. Pretty
It's
mid,
in a shit
but
state. But
yeah, it's still fun. All right.
It's special to us in a way.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Number
8.
Go on
Okay.
then. What you got?
What is my number 8? It is Jet Set Radio.
Yeah. I thought that'd
This-
be higher, to be honest.
This game, aesthetically, is beautiful.
It
That-
kind of makes me a little bit horny.
Oh, fucking hell. Don't get me started. This game is so good. It just, oh my god. It's just inspired like a whole era of art.
Yeah.
Like, just
Do you actually
there's-
think? I've been thinking this. Like, did it actually inspire shit, or is it like a visual style that it like?
It's a visual style,
like-
so I want to get into that. So this game
Yeah.
isn't nostalgic to me. Jet Set Radio isn't nostalgic to me, but the era it is like early Dreamcast, and watching my brother play the Dreamcast and like the bright kind of visuals that aged really well because they were like
Yeah.
cell shaded and very bright, and
Yeah.
there's just this energy. It kind of like, it feels like kind of rebellious and like kind of stupid, but also it's like really cool. It just feels, it's just so cool. It's like it's definitely one of my favorite like illustration styles, like top 5 Jet Set Radio.
It
100%.
hits a perfect niche, like in that kind of. Oh man, yeah, and like it definitely like I talked about this in lectures. Like this shit came up in lectures. I'm doing games art course, lol.
Yeah.
But like Jet Set Radio was up there, and it's like, yes, man, like it's the shit that you show to everyone and been like, this is what art in video games can be. Like this is the pinnacle.
It's gonna come up. This kind of building a visual world is gonna come up in another one of my
Yeah.
tops.
I mean, that's the thing. It is very much a visual thing. Gameplay. Any thoughts on the Jet Set Radio gameplay?
It's a bit shit. I have
Yeah,
played it
exactly.
all. I have it on Steam.
Yeah.
I finished it. It's a
I
fucking
didn't
ball
know you could
ache.
get it on Steam.
It's meant to be like fast and shit, but I think it's only like good when you like learn to speedrun it and shit and like get really
Yeah.
good. It's a bit jank, but there is so there's going to be a game called Bomb Rush Cyberpunk or something. It's like a lot of the team who made this and Hideki Nagayuma who made the music is going to make it's like this new, I don't know what it's like a small team. It's like a small game development team, like
Right.
making it, but
It was. So they're actually like making a sequel. I didn't even
But
know about this.
it's not a sequel, but it's like a spiritual
successor. Yeah.
that I think that's gonna bring it into modern day, but
Yeah.
so like it looks amazing, but also plays well.
I mean, that would just be the best game of all time if that was a thing.
There's
that could happen.
also Lethal League Blaze, which is pretty fun, which is like a fighting 2D game, which has a lot of the art style and also music from
Oh, right.
Hideki. Hideki is just like a meme lord. I love him.
Yeah.
He has this like edit of he posted this edit of the Igor album cover with like
Really?
the Jet Set Radio, like the goggles that Spike has
Oh my god.
from Jet Set Radio. It's just so cool.
That's fucking fire. I haven't even seen that. You need to send me that after.
It's just cool. He's just a cool guy, and it's just like this game is like, yeah, it's just sick. It's just cool. And then there's loads of other Dreamcast games with that bright, cel shaded.
Yeah.
Like Space Channel 5, Katamari. All those games are just like top tier, bro.
It's iconic. It's iconic.
It inspired a game that I'm going to talk about later.
Ooh, there you go.
Do you want to do your number 8, Ralph?
All right, yeah. Moving it on. Number 8, what we got? Yeah, this one. Another little like wet one, but we got Skyrim.
Oh,
number 8.
Shit. This is interesting. I want to talk about Skyrim.
Yeah, this is my first like AAA game, I'd say. This is like the first like big blockbuster game that I ever like played, I think. It came like with my Xbox 360. Like it was like a little like bundle deal, I think, or whatever. Like it was part of the promotion. And like
speaking of Xbox 360,
yeah,
I just want to say we're both like that was one of both of our consoles. Like,
yeah,
we both had an Xbox 360.
Yeah. A lot of shared history there. But I mean, that game, like playing it, it was the first major game that I played, I think. Like, and it's kind of like shit. But I just remember, like, I remember not being able to know how to save. Like, I'd play the intro to Skyrim before school, and I'd speed run the intro bit, and then I wouldn't remember how to save. Like, I didn't know that was a thing you could do. So I'd like turn it off and like come back home and like replay the start again. And I was like,
you liked it that much?
Yeah, I just was like a dumb
where
kid.
The dragon breaks into the like.
Yeah,
visual.
It was so cool. Like I could spout off that whole intro sequence.
I have also played Skyrim.
Yeah.
It was my brother's Skyrim.
Oh, right. So do you have fond memories? Is it like?
I do. I remember like. I had to persuade my parents to let. It was like one of the first games that was above my age rating. I think because it was like kind of fantasy. They were like, "Yeah, it can't be that bad."
Yeah.
I really liked it. I remember like just like my brother would just let me mess around on his save kind of thing, and I would just like do the same things. Like there was certain things that I just really liked to do, like have fire in one hand and ice in one hand.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the little combo attacks, and it felt like fun and like discovering all of like the hidden shit and like all the little dungeons. It was like you hear in games like dungeons all the time and shit like that, and like these little like you complete the level, and like I didn't really know what that meant until like I played Skyrim, and that's like it sort of showed me like what a game was. Like that was a game.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I understood then what it.
I've seen a lot of videos about Skyrim's world building and how it's not very good. Like later in life.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and I still disagree with you because you're fucking.
You disagree.
Like, it was like it was like the argument was like the coins or the money or whatever, or like the spell book.
So
money system's broken, but it's a fucking game. What are you talking about? It's like,
there is like a spell to literally like summon money.
No,
there's a spell
magic
to
systems.
Summon.
Yeah, magic systems are always hard in games, though, aren't they?
One of the earliest spells is like this sword that you can sell, but like
you cannot sell the sword. I swear you can't.
No, but you can buy the sword, and the price doesn't make sense if in this universe you can just summon it like with a very easy spell.
Maybe. Well, yeah. If you wouldn't buy like iron swords, but I assume because you're like the Dragonborn, like you're learning the spells, but like ordinary people wouldn't be able to do that. You're like the chosen
maybe
one.
I might need to.
That's like a meme.
I don't know much about it, but
yeah,
I don't think it's an amazingly crafted world though.
No, I would agree with that. It's not overwhelmingly.
Even aesthetically, insane. I find like normal fantasy that's just like trying to be realistic a bit boring.
It is a bit like that, but
when I saw that as a kid, I'd always be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
I think something like kind of special about it is just like all the books in lore, and there's like little stories and history like books, and there's like hundreds of fully written books. Well, obviously they're not like actual.
When you
books,
played it when you were younger, would you ever delve?
Yeah,
into that?
I'd like open them and I'd like read a little bit of them and like get a little idea of. I just thought that was such a cool idea. Like so much time and effort went into it. It's crazy.
I do like how you can like become a werewolf. That's cool.
Yeah, you can like become a werewolf or a vampire or whatever.
I love like when a game has a big changing mechanic that is only one optional tiny thing, but they've put so much into that. Like that's cool.
Yeah. And now like maybe the next one will be good. Elder Scrolls 6 if it ever comes out, who knows? I'll probably play it though. So yeah.
Okay, Ralph, I really need to piss.
Number 7. Piss break.
Piss.
Hold on. Piss break.
Should we keep the recordings going? So
well, yeah. Otherwise, we'd have to sync them back up. I think. So,
I'll bring my phone with me whilst I piss.
You can just leave it there, can't you? Or
I think it'd be funny.
okay, little piss break.
Okay,
have a little piss. Okay.
Hey guys, you're coming with me to the toilet. Here we go. Love it. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. I think he's coming back. Oh my god.
Remember to wash your hands, guys. What's up, G?
Yeah, hi.
How you
Welcome
doing?
back. Good
How
little piss.
you doing? Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Good
cut
shit.
that out. Cut that bit out.
Okay. Number 7.
Number 7. What you got?
Okay. My number 7, Ralph.
What you got?
Dramatic pause.
I'm bracing myself.
Club Penguin.
Oh shit.
Club
shit.
fucking Penguin.
Oh
yes.
shit.
Yes, I'm going there. Club Penguin was epic. My memories of that game will be with me forever.
It's
Fucking
fire.
hell.
It's
So
fucking fire.
sick. It's so sick. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, like,
oh my
it's-
god.
it's like the World of Warcraft craze, like that swept everyone. I mean, there was like TV shows and shit about it, and everyone wanted to make it. And then like, they had this genius idea: what if we made it but for kids? And it's like, yes, that was the $1 million idea.
I love the concept of a game that isn't a game. It's just like life.
Yeah, and it's the same with Rust almost, isn't it? It's like that similar little niche. Imagine if it had like voice chat.
Yeah,
oh shit.
that would be great. What, proximity?
Yeah.
Just like Club Penguin, like just the memories of like you'd see someone at school and you'd be like, oh, meet me at 6 o'clock on the
Yeah.
The servers were called?
They had like little iceberg
Hurricane.
servers or something like that, wasn't it?
The little servers were called like different things, like Snowball or Hurricane.
Snowball.
And then
I swear
on-
Ice Cube was one or something.
Meet
like
me
that.
on Ice Cube at 6 o'clock after dinner, and then you try and
man.
find your friend.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would. And it'd be so sick, and just like collecting the cards, and there were these puffles that you'd get like coins attached to that you could redeem in the game.
Yeah.
I'd get those. Oh, and going to Sainsbury's, and then like every now and then your parents get you a month of membership, and
it was the best thing ever.
You just feel like high.
Yeah,
I remember my dad buying me a membership on the old computer in my brother's room, and I was so excited.
It was actually like crack for kids, because like they would take all of your shit away from you if it ran out, like all of your like items and like rare shit, and it would just all be removed from you unless you like bought the membership again. It was like, I remember when it ran out, it was like the saddest moment. Yeah, and it would just like you'd like.
It is a good
everything.
game even without paying though.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
It was so fun.
There was like those little like missions you went on with like the secret agent shit, wasn't there?
Those were sick. Those were so good. The point and click adventures.
Yeah,
where you give,
point and click.
One of them you gave like you had to put hot sauce onto like one of the like puffle foods, and then it would like launch it, and then that ended the story somehow. Yeah. So cool. Also, just like from an art perspective, the guy who made the main like creator of Club Penguin has a YouTube channel where he talks about all the like creation of it. Yeah, he has like a video for every song in the game. I don't know. You could easily find it though.
Yeah.
Like he has.
Shout out to that
guy. The first video I saw on that channel was like creating the music for the box dimension, and he talks about like these simple ideas and how he had to like make like these little projects, and then like how he made the sounds and like the art and like what were his inspirations, and like
right.
The early versions, he was like, I want a game that's not a game, it's just like a chat room. Yeah, and I just I love that abstract, almost like existential like question, like this just like virtual space.
Yeah.
And then it's like little penguins waddling around in this empty room. If you see the early visuals, so cool.
It's kind of ethereal.
It's so sick. I love Club Penguin.
Yeah,
I love all the like
the card game as well with it, like,
and all the little urban myths that some of them were real.
Yeah. Like if you got onto the boat with Rockhopper at the exact moment, and then you could like get taken to the Rainbow Puffle Island or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was loads of like internet early memories of the internet.
It was literally like
very
that,
Club Penguin. So I remember I ruined Club Penguin for myself by like glitching in infinite coins, and I've heard a few other people talk about this. I remember finding a way to like never have to worry about money again, and it ruins my enjoyment of it. And I've heard other YouTubers say that as well. Like,
I didn't know that was a thing. Did you look that up? Did you find it by like on purpose, or was it?
It wasn't like my GTA profile where it happened to me without my consent. I looked it up and. Yeah.
Infinite Club Penguin money hack.
It's good for a day. It's like everything bad for you.
Yeah.
Like smoking and shit. It's like good for you. Like something
bit like
that's
real life. Bit like real life.
Shit that's too good.
Yeah.
Is not good.
Yeah. It's a lesson. You learn a lesson there about life in Club Penguin.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's epic.
Damn.
I love Club Penguin. Anyway.
Yeah.
You ready for your 7?
That's
number
it.
7?
Okay, my number 7. What have we got? Spore. I got Spore at number 7.
I would never have guessed Spore. I'm excited to hear this because I don't really have an experience.
Have you ever played it?
No, I've never played it.
Really? Never. Wow. Damn. So this was like one of the first games we had on the computer, I think. Like it was bought. We had it on disc for the PC, and like we put it on, and you had to. It was like hard coded onto this laptop, this really old laptop, and we'd go in and we'd play. And me and my brother would just spend hours like making these little Spore creatures. We'd do like little Spore build battles where like we'd design a creature and then like test them out, and then someone else would design them, and we'd have like these like different briefs. And we give ourselves like little challenges, like we need to make like a dragon character or something like that.
Ooh, it's like Lego.
It was like Lego. Like just the whole like designing like these creatures, it was so cool. Like the way they did it, it was like very fun. But I remember like seeing on YouTube, like after I played Spore and then like a little bit later, and then remembering on YouTube and like looking up videos on that. And then people like actually said, "Oh, I don't really like Spore," like, or it was kind of mid. And I remember being shocked, like, how could you not love this game? But then it was like these adults were like playing it, and they were like, "Oh, well, you know, the gameplay isn't very good, and like it's sort of a bit boring after a while." But like as a child, I just thought it was the best game ever. It was very weird. It was very weird. Like it appeals to a very certain thing, but the actual gameplay is not very good. Like after you get past like the designing the creature, then there's like the whole tribal stages and civilization stages, and it's just like, yeah, whatever. You can just kind of set and forget. But there's moments where it's really good. That's one of the games that I'd have on my top list of like games I'd want to be remastered, or like a sequel.
Oh, really?
For it. I think that would, yeah, like it would just be so cool. There's something really good in that idea, and if they could like execute it maybe better than what they did, because there's still like a lot of ways they can improve it.
Well, am I right in thinking it was multiplayer?
No, you'd be incorrect. Although there was like a way, so you could design a creature and you could upload it to like this database, and it could like show up in other people's worlds.
That's what I'm thinking of.
So yeah, it was really cool. You could have like these. I remember playing it, and like you just get these weird like creatures show up that had these stupid names, and they'd like. It was just fun.
Did you know as a kid that they were community generated?
I remember like some of them. I was just confused. Like, what the hell? I've never seen this creature before. I can't remember. You had to like turn it on, I think, and I. Like,
so your childhood naivety made it better. It was like, what?
Yeah, definitely.
How are these random things existing?
And you could get really abstract with it. Like, what is a creature? You could just have like a blob that was running around, and like, was that a creature? Kind of. You could like create a creature without a mouth, and like it would just starve to death.
Really?
You could just walk.
It would just let you fail.
Yeah, and you just starve.
I love that kind of immersive sim logic. Just like letting someone do something that isn't gonna work.
If you didn't add eyes to your creature, you'd just be like almost blind. You just like go around being almost blind.
The visuals for it are cool.
Yeah, like the colors, it was quite bright, and like the art style, or the explosions and stuff.
It kind of reminds me of what you make, Ralph, like kind of ugly.
Yeah. It's probably
this one looks like that 3D model you did for your paw.
Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? Oh man. It's sort of like, I think it was my Pokemon, because I never really got into Pokemon much.
Speaking of Pokemon, right now I'm looking at
my Pokemon.
An article, Pokemon recreated in Sport. Absolutely horrifying.
There you go. Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm sending you it now.
Screen right now.
Oh, my screen is on.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I don't know. I haven't seen any dodgy shit, so
I don't think I've really been on it. Oh, you've seen my list then, probably.
No, I haven't.
I'm gonna stop streaming.
I haven't been paying attention to it. But yeah, there we go. That's Spore for my number 7.
Spore, that is a good pick. I like that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There you go.
Okay, number 6. I've told you about this game, Ralph.
Okay.
Before, but I don't know if you remember. It's called Kid Icarus Uprising.
That does not give me any idea of what that could be. But...
So it's a 3DS game, and it's a reboot of the old Kid Icarus game, which is a very old game. And it's probably like the only game on here I have for story.
Right, yeah.
I just loved it. I don't know why. It's just such a good story.
What was it? Describe it.
So, Kid Icarus is like... it's kind of this like weird kind of bantery humor where like the characters talk as you play. There's no cutscenes or annoying shit.
Oh right, yeah.
So they're talking on the bottom of the DS, and just like different characters like flirting or arguing, or just like, it was very like Adventure Timey to me as a kid. It was just very like, the art was great. It's like that anime kind of Nintendo-y. It's made by Sakurai as well, who's just a legend.
Yeah.
It's just hard to explain. It's just like, I remember being obsessed with it, and I just love the gameplay. It feels so good, and just like the story, I love Pit, the main character.
Yeah, I'm looking at images now. Like, they're in Smash, so they must have like some clout to them.
Well, it's weird because
is that like a weird pick for Smash, or is this like,
so
they've been in for a while?
So Kid Icarus is like an old like legacy game, but without this reboot, it's kind of like, I would say it's like Duck Hunt being like an old game but like Duck Hunt is a classic, whereas Kid Icarus is like not so much, but like it deserves to be represented in Smash. I don't know as a character, but definitely with this reboot it does, because at the time they brought him in, Sakurai, who made his like the lead director of Smash, made this game.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a little break for him in between Smashes. It's like one of the only individual games he's made that isn't Smash in a long time. Wow. But it's just like really well made. Like, I just don't really know what to say about it. I think it like introduced me to like what the word meta means.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like, it's
that kind of like back and forth shit going on.
It was the first game that was like that kind of
Rick and Morty.
I'm not saying it was the first game who did it, but it was the first game for me where I experienced that like like that Rick and Morty like arguing with itself. There's a game where there's a level, like the missions are like 20 minutes. There's like I think they're called chapters. There's this chapter where the main character Pit gets put into a ring, so you play as the ring. So like at the start you're just on the floor and you can't do anything, but then a dog picks up the ring, so you play as the dog.
Oh shit!
And then the other characters that are in the story throughout the rest of the game, each one of them has the ring for a part of the level when they're trying to get you back. So like you get to play as all the other characters in the story, and it's just really cool.
Yeah, it just sounds like a well-made like game. And this was like what, for the DS?
Yeah, for the 3DS.
Yeah, so this was like the ultimate like DS game in a sense. This was like, I don't know, just like the
3DS to the limits.
Yeah.
The gameplay is kind of like a railroad, like flying through the sky, but you don't actually move the character in the sky. It's like stuck to a rail, like a Star Fox kind of thing, and you like shoot.
Right.
But then there's also, because the whole meme is that Pit, the main character, can't fly. He only can fly because of Palutena, like the goddess.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So then like he has flight because of her at the start of every level, and then you go to the land segment where you do the most important shit. Like you fly into a base, and then you do the level in the base, but there's like 2 segments. And Palutena's really hot as well.
Yeah, that's a win.
There was also on the 3DS there was like this app where you could watch stuff. I can't remember what it was called. But there was a few short like Kid Icarus anime episodes that you could watch on this 3DS app, and it was my first introduction to like proper anime. And it was it was just animated so well. And also there's this fight on YouTube. It was a teaser for Smash. It's Pit versus Link from Zelda.
Okay.
Shit, I've forgotten about Zelda. I'm gonna have to change my list. But
What you removing?
I completely fucking forgot about Zelda.
Oh shit.
But anyway, this video of Pit versus Zelda was so well animated. I've watched it about 5 million times. So sick.
Damn.
Palutena comes in and she's, oh my god. And there's this other animated short of her with like carrots that try to fuck with her, and it's just so sick. So cool.
Okay. I mean, just for that, like, I feel like it is worth it. It's like your intro into anime. I mean, that's
just really high quality animation. Really good.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Damn, okay. Right, now, here is something quite special for my number 6.
Okay.
We're retreading. It's Club Penguin, baby. It's Club Penguin again.
Oh shit!
I've got my number 6. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna give me shit for that.
No, I have it as well. I have it higher than you, one place higher.
I thought you were more of a Bin Weevils guy. Oh, someone's at my door. Hang on. So I've got a Big Mac and a Coke and chips. Just a simple order,
right.
you know.
Yeah,
not
pretty
not
boring,
too.
honestly.
So it's
Not
very
very
cold. Very
noteworthy.
cold. But
Okay.
that's the
Well,
payment I
why
get.
don't you save it? Why don't you save it for
Nah.
later? Because we
Nah,
got a
I need it.
podcast to run. Put it in the
I'll just eat
microwave
it.
when you.
I'll
once
eat
you're
it
done.
whilst we podcast.
No.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Oh, you're ruining the podcast.
No, I just moved the mic away.
I'm molding.
So many people
Okay.
complained in the last episode about like the vape sounds.
You
Like that I
vaped
had.
every 5 seconds,
So like, it's good that I don't
and now
vape
you're gonna be McDonald's
anymore.
every 5 seconds. Oh, okay, enough of that.
I'll keep-
Right, let's
I'll
go
keep
into
the
my
volume
Club
at
Penguin real quickly.
Yeah, Club Penguin.
Yeah, I mean, it was like equally as special as for me. Like, I had all of the training cards. I had the Club Penguin cards in a binder. I was obsessed. I had a Club Penguin plush, which you could like turn it inside out. It would be a penguin. You turn it inside out, and it turned into a puffle.
Oh,
And me and my brother.
speaking of
both had
puffle,
one. My dog is called Puffle.
that
My
is
dog
crazy.
is called Puffle. I mean, yeah, we were obsessed. Me and my brother were like pretty obsessed with Club Penguin for a while. And like
So
I
cool.
played other games as well, but I played Mushy Monsters and I played Bin Weevils. Bin Weevils
For
was the
some
number one.
reason, I thought you were more of a Bin Weevils kid.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of cooler. I don't know why. I like the character. No, the penguins are nicer looking. The Bin Weevils are fucking ugly. And like,
Yeah, but Bin Weevils is more
But-
you.
yeah, that's the
Like
thing.
vibes.
Like, the fucking like ugly looking characters, but it's just something about like the way you could like walk along, like the little legs going up and down. It was just fucking so stupid looking.
I hated Bin Weevils. There was like
Really?
a war. In primary
Yeah.
school, there were two friend groups. There was the Bin Weevils friend group
the Bin
and the Club
Weevils
Penguin.
kids and the Club Penguin kids. You see,
Yeah.
I think I like when I was like a bit of both. I had like friends in both.
And then
sections.
everyone dabbled in Mushy Monsters.
Yeah, that game was the worst by far. That
That was the shittest. Fucking hell.
Yeah, the art style of that was awful. But yeah, I think Club Penguin is definitely the best of the three.
Mhm.
And I probably spent the most time on that as well, and the most money. I don't think I ever had a Bin Weevils membership, or maybe
No.
just for like 1 month. But
I
yeah,
did own quite a lot of Mushy Monsters merch.
yeah. Really?
I was really into at one point there was like Mushy Monsters like silly bands.
Silly bands, right?
There were these stretchy little plastic wristbands that were like shaped like the Moshlings.
Yeah.
And then everyone at my
yeah, I
primary
see them,
school,
I see them.
we would collect them, and then
I think I remember that. Yeah.
everyone
I
would have
remember them
about 100
existing.
on their wrist. It was sick.
I did like the little like garden mini game in Mushy Monsters where you could like grow your little like pets in the garden.
I think that was the best
I thought that was-
aspect.
I thought, yeah, definitely. And like I had the trading cards of Mushy Monsters as well. Where like you could collect some of them.
There was that shiny Iggy that everyone wanted.
Yeah, something like that. Man, all right, that's enough about those games now. Yeah, Club Penguin the GOAT status though. Number 6. Right, what's your number 5?
Number
Go on
5.
then.
Big one
Yeah.
for me. Very special.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
getting to the special shit now.
Yeah.
Splatoon.
Ooh, yeah. I knew that one was
remember,
coming.
it gives me goosebumps. The original trailer for the first Splatoon that came out in
Really,
the trailer was in like 2013.
Wow.
I watched it about 100 times. I was so excited.
Oh shit.
I was a big Wii U kid. I saw this game and I was like, you can be a character and live in this little like world, and it's not some bullshit fantasy weird shit, and the art style is like this modern kind of adventure timey, like the colors and the lines and the way it moved. I was just like, I was so excited. And then I remember we were on the day it came out, went to big Tesco's. My dad got it for me, and then I came home and it was like too late usually for me to play games. Like I wasn't allowed to play a game at that time, but my dad made an exception, and I remember doing the tutorial and I was, oh my god. But yeah, Splatoon is just like, it's just a perfect world. It like all the lore and the world building and like all the aesthetic and just like it's just so cool. It's so drenched. It's so cool.
Yeah, it is like that. Well, did you actually play the actual game a lot then?
Yeah,
did it live up to your excitement?
I've completed the story in all 3 games.
Yeah.
The gameplay is just sick. It's so fun. It feels great. And like, I love how like there's like little bands in the game that you can actually listen to their albums and their music, and like there's loads of brands for all the clothes. And,
oh really? Oh,
yeah.
See, I don't. Have, like, I've never played Splatoon because I never had like any of the consoles.
I don't think like you should play it, but like definitely like an art book for it would be sick. Or like like watching an edit on YouTube.
I love like the characters. Like if I play like Mario Kart, if I'm going around someone's house, I always like used to choose the Splatoon characters because I'd never had any like connection with like pretty much any of the characters there. And like, really? I just look at the ones I thought were coolest, and I'd like play the Splatoon characters.
I think Splatoon is aesthetically like my perfect world. Like the way like it's this perfect level of like cute and colors and like, but like a lot of the promo art and the adverts are very directed at very small kids, and it's very bright colors and like splashes of paint, and it's like, ooh, Splatoon. But like when you actually get the game, it's like a lot more mid colors, and like,
oh really?
It's very cell shady, Dreamcasty, and there's like little like back alleys where like this weird little like this guy called Spike, who's like an urchin, will like sell you like elite, like he'll get you like exclusive items and like stuff like that. And there's like shops. There's in the new game there's like one of the shops is called something Le Fleur. Like it's clearly a Tyler, like inspired by Tyler. So like this game cool. Like it's like a game that's like only kids are gonna really get it, but like
there's a lot. It
like
can be appreciated. Art.
It's so sick. It's so cool.
I mean, like, you bought the new one like when it came out, and like
I was a bit disappointed in it.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I think that's because my internet has been so shit. Like I haven't really been able to play it.
Yeah.
But like,
well, is there a solo? Is there like a story campaign?
Yeah, I completed the story. It was amazing. Yeah. So cool.
Oh
so
right,
cool.
Okay. Yeah,
I love it.
Damn. Oh, it's a good. You say I don't. I do want to play it. You said I shouldn't, but I don't know.
You need a Switch.
It does. Yeah, exactly. This whole thing.
It's very inspired by Jet Set Radio. It wouldn't exist.
Oh yeah, definitely. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, number 5. My number 5. Ooh. I think this is quite controversial. I don't know if I even believe this myself, but I just think this game is so good that it deserves to be this high up. And like I was obsessed with it for like a few days until I beat it. Like it's probably like the most obsessed I've been with a.
I think
like
I know what you're gonna say.
Hotline Miami.
Yep, I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew you were about to say that.
I just think like it was like the loudness. Like I was playing it like on my dad's computer, and like I had the audio turned up, and it was just like me in a dark, empty room. Like the windows were open, but it was nighttime, and just this blaring screen with this like audio coming out, and it was the same audio, these same bits, because I kept dying over and over again. It was just like maximal shit going on at all times, and it was like I want to know like what the story means, and it just doesn't. Like there's something so weird about it. It's like such a weird game, but
oh really?
Yeah, like the whole like story behind it. There's like dates, and like you wake up over and over again, and it's like you don't really know what's going on. I mean, and then you just like kill shit. You just kill shit over and over again. And there's like, it sort of tries to touch on like morality and stuff, I think. And like, you know, it's a bit like the Taxi Driver meme. Where they, you know, it's a bit fucking weird and like cringe in that sense. But
yeah,
I think it was one of those like, it's definitely, along with like Skyrim, this was like the other game. This was like, it broadened my horizons, like how fun games could be, and like it doesn't need to be this huge blockbuster thing. This was like the indie game, which was like, holy shit, this is crazy. Which was like what Skyrim is for AAA. This was like the indie one. And yeah, it's just really cool. It's just really cool.
I never played it.
It just shows, yeah, I would recommend it. It doesn't take that long to beat it. It's like only like 10 hours or something.
One thing I do know about it is I watch the guy who made the music for it. I watch his tutorials on YouTube.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, the music.
He's a big fan of Peggy.
Fire.
He likes Peggy.
Oh, really? Oh shit! It all comes
He has
around.
tutorials of like analyzing like how like JPEG Mafia's production.
Oh damn! Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, the music in that game is phenomenal.
I may be thinking of a different game actually.
Oh. Well.
I think.
But regardless, Hotline Miami music goes hard.
Yeah.
That soundtrack is good. It's just yeah.
You've always told me to play it.
Yeah, you should. You should. It's like so cheap on Steam. It's like, yeah. I don't know why. There's not a good reason why you shouldn't play it.
Okay.
It's bussin'. It's bussin'.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, do it. Do it, man. Right, number 4. What we got?
This is another just biggie for me.
Yeah.
Super Mario 64.
Yeah, yeah.
So
this is like this
was very hard for me to pick a Mario game because I'm a big Mario fan, mostly because of my brother. He got me into it at a very early age and thankfully let me play his copies.
Yeah.
But Mario 64, I feel like I didn't play actual Mario 64. I played the DS Mario 64, which was like a better remake where you could be different characters and shit.
Yeah.
And I just fucking love it. Like the world, like it's so creative. Like even in because it's the first like full 3D environment like game. Like first big one, first proper one.
Yeah. No, it was.
And the way they play with that is like stuff that people don't even do today. Like it's like the fact that it was the first made them go above and beyond in experimenting with it. That's stuff that still people aren't doing.
Really?
Like I'll give an example. So every level you go into, you jump through the paintings and they're like a different world.
Yeah.
But there were little like gimmicks. Like there was this one world that had 2 paintings and one was big and one was small. Or like the way that the camera fucked up the corridor would like make one of them like it looks like a normal size and then you walk towards it. And the way they fuck with the settings is that like it gets bigger and bigger as you get like further away or smaller. So then if you enter the big painting, then when you spawn into the world, you're like big, or when you enter the small painting, you're like
right,
you see it all from a like you can access little bits because you're smaller. They do loads of little like it's loads of little things like that, and just like also my earliest memories of the internet were my brother showing me like Mario 64 like YouTube poops. Like there's a big community of modders, and also that ties into like urban myths and like taking more context out of games that isn't necessarily there. And like there was the theory of, was Luigi in the game, and there was like loads of creepy kind of secrets, and the game had this creepy kind of liminal feel that as a kid I really felt like it's creepy walking around the halls just as Mario on your own. It's like really weird, but it's just like such a special game. There's so many like little cool kind of Ben 10-esque like twists of like gameplay. Like they think of something and then they're like, how would that combine with that? And then it's like, ooh, there's like walls in the castle that you can like, that if you just walk into, you find out, oh, that's a fucking painting. You didn't know that before. And there's like secret levels, and there's like stuff that if you think it would work, it does. Like if you
that's the best like designed thing, isn't it? Like
if you see a painting in the castle that isn't like it isn't in its own room, it's just like just a decal on the wall, and you're like, that would make sense for it to be a level because of the painting theme. And then you jump into it and it is one, and it's like, fucking hell. Oh shit. And there's a clock that like depending on where the clock's hands are before you jump into it, it affects like where the like the speed of the level, apparently.
Oh shit, really?
There's like stuff like that, and it's just like, it's kind of abstract in a way where like they push this like idea of a 3D environment to like its limits, and it still feels fucking great. It's like the best feeling game ever. Like crouching and then jumping and then launching down and then like flipping and like the way you bounce the triggers and shit, it just feels so good, so fucking good. It's just amazing. I was gonna put Mario Galaxy just because like it was either between them two. Mario Galaxy is less creative.
Is it like, the one you played more though?
It's just like a little bit more nostalgic to me. Like the music is just so like amazing. But Mario 64, classic.
Yeah,
it could be my number one, honestly. It's like hard to say.
Yeah.
So sick.
There's a reason why like Mario is like what it is. It's just I always find it such a weird like concept, like this like little goofy looking character.
It is so weird.
The world he's like exists in is just such a strange thing.
I imagine that people who know nothing about Mario look at Mario and they're like, what the fuck are these adults obsessed with it? What is wrong with them? But like it's just so hard to explain. It's just incredible. And I think they're going to fuck it up with the movie, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, it's Illumination, so
Illumination
doesn't bode well.
They're not as bad as people say.
They're bad. They haven't made a good movie since Despicable Me, and that was the first movie they ever made.
Pharrell. Think about it, Pharrell.
Think about it, Pharrell. He fucking fucked up big time there. That's what you should think about. God.
Is that what that song is actually referring to?
I think it's referring to the song Happy, because like Happy is like a mainstream sellout kind of song, isn't it? So around that time, 2015. Anyway, sidetrack. What we on? Number 4. Shit. Number 4. This is like... Oh, I just realised I've left a game out as well.
I've left the game out. Can we have a spot for like honourable mentions right now?
Yeah, we'll have maybe like once we get to like the final.
Before we do one, we do the ones we forgot.
Mentions. Yeah. Okay. For my number 4, I've got Worms 3D.
Oh shit! Okay.
Worms 3D for the Nintendo GameCube.
You love Worms 3D.
Yeah, I mean this was like a game. I had it. I played it at my childminder's house. me and my brother, and then like all of these other random kids who'd like come home from school without parents. And like we'd all just like band together and play this worm game. And we'd all have like our own characters saved on here. And we'd like all play as these characters, and like they'd have like stories built up on them. We'd like make little stories for them. And they'd all like come together and battle every now and again. And there'd be like winning teams. Like if you played certain teams, like they would be seen as like more favorable. Like people was like some of the worms were like more respected, whereas some just like missed every shot. It was like you had to like find the right worm, and just like I don't know, it was something about it, like the way the little worms moved and looked. It was just so funny. Like there was something just brilliant about the fucking worm characters.
We want to play it on the channel.
Yeah, I think that would be such a fun game to play. Like they made a Steam port which works well enough, but it was something like just like great about the GameCube version.
You're about
just,
to
like,
say magical.
Well, maybe magical. I mean, yeah, it was good. I remember, and then we were like looking for it at the shops because we wanted to get our own version. So me and my brother were like looking around the shops trying to get our own version of Worms 3D, and then we finally found it, and we were so happy. And we played it so much that we broke the disc.
Whoa, really?
Like it got stuck on the menu screen, and like it like kept replaying. Like it got stuck and it kept replaying because it was so scratched. The like intro music, it was just like bow 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 bow. But like if you like managed to wiggle it in a certain way, you could still get through. But yeah, that was a good game. That was a fucking good game. That was.
Yeah,
I'd like to get.
Definitely got to do a series.
Yeah, I'd like to get a GameCube, like just for that game.
And when we have the Lan Party office, we'll have a TV.
Yeah, and we'll have a GameCube.
What we'll do?
And a Dreamcast.
We'll have a big TV for modern shit, and then next to it, on like a swivel, so we could swap. We have like an old TV, and then underneath we have a cabinet of every console. This is what I've been talking about with James as well.
Oh, that would be so sexy. Oh,
that'd be incredible.
That'd be Lan Party dream. That would be.
And everyone just lives together, and we just play old games.
Yeah.
That'd be so
cool. That would be fucking amazing. Oh, big things coming. Yeah, there you go.
Big things.
There you go. Right, let's try and speed this up. I feel like these are the important ones though.
Nah, we're chilling.
Yeah, we're chilling. This is just a long episode. Who cares? Right, number 3. What's your number 3?
I don't think you're gonna guess this.
Okay, I know there's like a few left here that I'm waiting for.
I
know what one of them is. Right?
I know your top 2.
Yeah.
You know my top 1. We both know each other's top 1.
Yeah.
I think you know my 1 and 2, and I know your 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But we don't know of each other's 3. My number 3.
I think I know what it is, but go for it. Yeah.
Is Halo Reach.
Okay, I do not know what it is.
You do not.
I was gonna say Sonic. I thought you were gonna say Sonic.
Nah, I'm not. I've played a lot of Sonic games, and I've grown up with Sonic, but like, they're all shit.
Damn.
And even as a kid, I didn't fucking like Sonic games. I like Sonic Colors, I guess.
Yeah.
I completed that as a kid, but like, nah. But anyway.
Damn. Halo. It's Halo.
Halo Reach. Fucking epic. Halo Reach is similar to Rust, like social gaming moments. Fucking hell, I would pay like £1,000 right now to go back to one of the nights where my parents were out and I could stay up on Halo Reach.
Man.
And it was like, it was special to be up at 11. And just like you're in a lobby with your weird friend who has somehow made these internet friends, and you're in a lobby with like 20, 30 people all like screaming at each other in a party in a Husky raid in a Forge created map. People who have played Halo knows what's up. Fucking hell. It is so fun. Oh my fucking god, I can't even like begin to describe
shit.
like learning how to assassinate and shit, and then you're on with your friend's cousin, and then like his 10 internet friends, and then you're just like fuck you, and then you assassinate them, and they're like and they like cry on the mic, and then like you invite someone to your Forge world, and you do like a mini game, and you're bantering and like fucking shouting and screaming slurs at each other and like shooting each other.
Oh
And it's
my
just
God.
and it's just like also there's like this big role play aspect to it where like you build your own little like HQ and there's clans, and it's just like it's such a weird game because it's like a shooter, and it's like, but there's also this big like community created like role play weird nerdy side where you're like I remember like I was in this clan, and the clan leader was like, today we're going to do grenade practice, and then he'd built this grenade room, and we would throw grenades like for an hour, and it was just like somehow that was fun. And then like oh my god, I just so hyped about Halo. Like my first like gaming, like online gaming experiences, like Halo is just like and Halo Reach is just like, if you know, you know, it's like the one. It's the one for the Forge worlds and all that, and clans and stuff. Halo Reach is
I mean, clans is
never
like,
played the story mode.
No, who fucking cares? That's not what the game is. Like, clans need to like be a thing in like all games. Like, I don't know why games stop doing like clans. Like, why is that not just like a thing?
The thing is, they implemented clans as an actual mechanic in Halo 5, but like no one really cared. Like it's more special when you like give players the tools to do
that's true,
a broad range of things. Like you don't have to have clans, you could have like, you could call it your own thing. As soon as they start defining it and making it a mechanic, players don't want to do it anymore.
That's true.
But like if you want to see an experience, like if you want to experience that, because you can't anymore, but there's loads of videos of like clan raids that are fucking amazing. Like where someone has like, it's kind of this weird roleplay shit where like you can't stop a raid and you have to act like you don't want it to happen, but when something bad happens, you're like kind of like smiling, you're like, oh no, our clan's getting raided. And it's like, the rule is you have to leave your like your world open to other people.
Oh shit.
So then like you get raided by like a mutual,
my god,
like a friend of a friend like joins your world and starts like fucking killing everyone. And then there's this like classic YouTube video of this clan. This like, there was some really intense. I was never properly in an intense clan, but there were ones that like, there was like this. They were doing like their national anthem, and there was like this ceremony.
Oh shit!
And then someone joins and kills them all, and it's just like this weird role playing experience. That's just so cool.
Yeah.
It's just so sick, and the online was just fun in general. Just like. I just love the gameplay, like sitting camping. It's like the game for campers. It's so fun.
I don't know why, like, I never played Halo Reach. Like, I had the 360.
It would have been big. Like, you would have loved it. It's right up your street.
Yeah, I don't know why. I swear I have the fucking weirdest games. You know, like, I had Crisis 3. I had Crisis 3.
I remember getting Crisis 3, and like, my parents would let me play Halo in that, but Crisis was no, because it had loads of swearing in it.
Yeah, it was a lot more visceral. I don't know. I missed out big time on Halo. I just don't know. Just don't know why. Don't know why. Banging game though, holy shit. I can appreciate it. Like, I remember looking at videos of it. I remember I was like experiencing it.
I guess it was kind of Splatoon before.
Yeah.
The perfect game would be like Splatoon, but not on the Switch, so people can actually play it. And also it's not like restricted to kids. Like, imagine like a Splatoon, but there was more like online interaction, like a Halo Reach with more role play, and like you could get into that art, like community created, because there's a lot of community creation in Splatoon with the art that can appear on the walls in the levels and shit.
Oh really?
Like,
I did not know about that.
because there's like graffiti, like you used to be able to post it to Miiverse, and then it would appear in the game, like on the walls and shit.
Right.
Oh, speaking of Miiverse, yeah, fucking Miiverse was a big thing for me. I used to like.
Well,
so it was,
don't get to your number 2 yet. Like, save that for.
No, Miiverse isn't a game. It's a.
Well, no.
It's an app in the Wii U where you could just like draw and shit. It's just so cool, and that was a big reason why I love Splatoon. It's just so cool. But anyway, yeah. But it's the same as Halo, like this community created kind of role play.
Yeah,
like multiplayer aspect. I just fucking love it.
Do you remember Armor? Do you remember Armor 2?
Yeah, I remember like
shit.
really wanting to get into Armor, and I remember like.
Yeah.
Do you remember Keaton Tweedy?
Yeah.
He was a big Armor player, and like I remember I went
Armor
on
3.
with him once, and like I didn't really get it. I was really excited.
Yeah.
But then, like he was like trying to get me into it, and
I think we played it with Keaton, didn't we?
Were you there?
I'm pretty sure I played that with you.
I don't really.
Like,
I remember it being really underwhelming, but I was so excited.
Yeah, like I watched like a load of it. Like I watched a lot of it on YouTube, like because they had the same thing where like it was all about the role play, and you'd have like little factions and clans, and like you could start a life, you could like earn money.
I'd really like to get into something like that now.
Yeah. It was just, it had like a big barrier of entry, and it was one of those things where it was a lot easier to just like watch it on YouTube than to actually play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Halo Reach, banging. Right. Number 3.
Fucking love Halo. Okay.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, 2005.
I'm surprised that I forgot about that too, because I have big memories of that game too.
Really? Do you actually?
Yeah. Dude, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original, is a big game for me as well.
I did not know that.
That would be in my top 20. But anyway, you tell me why you fucking
Yeah. Well, this was, I mean, I had this on PSP. This was one of my first games. And then I remember like seeing it was Peggy 12, and I was like, oh God, I don't know if I should play this. I'm not 12. I was like scared of it. I
was a bit as well.
I like put it under like my this drawer. I like hid it under the CD drawer. I didn't want to see it because I was scared of it. But like, I finally like played it, and it was like the best thing ever. Like, I just would like stay up like all night and like play it just like under my covers. So I'd hide it under there, and my parents.
Would you play the online?
No. I don't think PSP version had online. Or if it did, I didn't play it. But I just like.
You. And the PSP version, I played the PSP version a lot as well. Yeah. You click like what scenario you want, and then what side you want, and then like how many enemies there are, and how many
you
points
could like
to
make
win.
a little battle for yourself, and like
it's like playing with toys.
Yeah. It was just like playing with toys like over and over again, and you could just.
Was there even on online?
There was on the PC version, I know at least, and maybe the PS2 version. I didn't really play it much until like later on, but yeah, no. And then my brother got one as well, and then we'd like wait until like our parents had gone to bed, and then we'd like hop on, like, okay, join the PSP version. We'd play against each other, and like, oh my God, a lot of my gaming memories are just me and my brother. Like,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Me too.
We'd have a walkie-talkie as well. I remember like smuggling walkie-talkies in there, and like so we could play and then like react on the walkie-talkies. We'd be like, "Ha! I got you."
That's so cool.
Over.
That's so
and then
cool.
like we'd like go back.
I'm so
and forth.
jealous. That sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah. Oh my God. So much time was on that, and then like I think we had it on my Childminds as well, and like we might play it there, and then we had it on the PS2, and then like we'd play it like there as well, and then when friends came over, we played it, and it was just like this game. Like I don't even know if it was that good or not. Like it sort of became abstracted from Star Wars. It wasn't even Star Wars at that point. It was just like this. It was just a game.
You don't think?
Like I don't know. Like there were the characters, and like I was a huge Star Wars fan, but it was sort of almost a little bit aside from that. I didn't really like associate it with it as much.
Yeah, you see, like I'm the least biggest Star Wars fan. I fucking like actively hate Star Wars.
Yeah,
but I think Star Wars Battlefront is one of my only exposures to it. Like,
yeah, It's just
My
a
brother
good,
had it,
like,
and
it's
I
an
just
amazing
like
game.
play it. I remember when people came around so like I have a lot of memories with Tom Dunning, who you know.
Yeah.
He'd come to my house for like, and we just play like Star Wars Battlefront. And what I loved about it was like when you got enough points, you became a different character.
Yeah. You
So
could like unlock the special
but-
ones.
We didn't really know how to do that. I was so shit that I used to kill my own teammates thinking that would give me points.
Oh no.
But I would think it was going up, but it was only going up because it's time.
Yeah,
But like me killing,
yeah.
I thought that it was going up because I was killing my teammates.
Oh my
And then,
God.
like, when I became like Darth Vader or something, it just felt so special.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
There was this
so cool.
time where he got Darth Vader, and he will remember this. It's like a thing we joke about. I screamed. I was like crying. I was
'Cause you
crying,
didn't get
and
it
then
in time.
yeah, I think he had to go
Yeah.
home or some shit.
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, I was fucking mental. I was like so obsessed with this idea of like
Becoming
yeah, and
becoming this character.
I just went mental. I remember it. I was so
my
jealous.
God. Oh yeah. Dude.
But yeah, I loved it. I used to play it on the PSP as well.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
brother's
yeah.
PSP. Every
Oh.
console I had when I was that age was my brother's. I didn't have any of my own things.
Yeah.
Gaming wise. So like, thank God he let me play them all and ruin them and fuck his saves up.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you were exposed to a lot from that. Like,
I owe
damn.
him so much.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
In that sense.
But
You
like,
don't think
yeah,
about it as a kid though. You're just like, oh yeah.
I fucked up
Fucking-
so many of his games. I'll talk about that with the next.
maybe.
With the
But yeah, you should
With
do
my
an
next
apology
one.
video. You should do a YouTuber apology video, just like apologizing to your brother.
I do need to properly
For
thank him for that. Like, show me games on the internet.
Yeah, I think. Did I miss out being like the older brother? I feel like I might have missed out on some of that, like having that older brother like millennial connection. I feel like I missed out on the millennial connection, like all of those.
Yeah, we had
games.
very different brother experiences.
Yeah. Whereas we like played the current games, me and my brother, we like played them together. Whereas your brother like showed you the older games from his generation.
We didn't play things. The games like that I kind of grew up with weren't very multiplayer. Like,
Yeah,
it was more
yeah.
just like my brother lending me the console or like telling me or showing me.
Yeah.
Or like it was more like I walked in when he was doing these things and I like watched him.
Yeah.
I remember like sitting on the end of his bed watching him play a game. I love that.
Man.
There was this like he didn't have two chairs, but like the bed kind of came over the corner of the wall where like you could kind of sit on the end of the bed and watch it. So nostalgic.
Damn. I mean, Star Wars Battlefront 2, fucking, I love it a lot. It's like
I'm surprised that's higher than Worms, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it was like something about it. It was like more. I could play it on my own. Like I got annoyed at Worms 3D because like me and my brother like fought a lot, and like
Oh right.
yeah, and we got like annoyed at that game. We like wouldn't talk to each other after games of Worms 3D if like someone didn't win. But like we'd always come back to Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like that would heal. That would heal us. That would like be the common ground.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's why it's that high. Right, number 2.
That's nice, bro.
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2.
What you got? This is big.
Number 2 could be my number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have these intense feelings that I can't explain, and like, you know, they say like there's a theory that if you die, you see like a highlight reel of your life.
Yeah, like you see your life flash before your eyes.
This game would like, it would like seep into everything.
It would
like
be
the
90%.
vibes.
90% of your life would be this
The
game.
music is just like cry-worthy. So basically, I've only picked one game from this franchise. It's the best franchise ever. It's the number 1 franchise in the world for a reason. It's my favorite thing ever. it's, oh my god, I just can't put into words how special this franchise is to me.
Man.
I'm gonna be, of course, talking about Pokemon.
Yeah.
This is what it's led to.
I'm glad it's number 2. I'm glad you did
I was
that.
about to make a joke after that build up, like say Shrek Super Slam.
Shrek Super Smash.
I wanted to keep it. I wanted to keep it sincere.
Yeah.
Pokemon. It's just. Oh, there's so much to say. Oh my god. Anyway, so we'll start off with the specific one I've picked.
Yeah. Which one?
Pokemon Soul Silver.
That's actually interesting.
So this was like.
Is that why? Why was this the
It's
best?
not necessarily the peak, but like.
Was it the one that you played the most?
It was like the one that was like. I have the most intense, nostalgic, like. The intro, it's like. And it's like that build up, but there's like this sad kind of melody in it, and it's like this intense, like, oh my god. It's.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's a shit game.
That's the thing about fucking Pokemon games. They fucking suck. They're terrible.
Well, there's a lot of cool world building and art and vibes, but, like, it's slow as shit. It's not fun to play these days, but as a kid, fucking hell. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, let's start with the core of Pokemon. So, it's freedom. It's role playing. It transcends the game. Most of my favorite Pokemon memories are not playing the video games. 100%.
Yeah.
It's the beauty about Pokemon is it's completely free. You do not need to buy any of it. It's just this world, and most of the great shit is made by the fans. And it's the stories you play. The format and the rules of this world that's created is like, it's like the games and the art and the cards are just like D&D, like the books, like the D&D books. But then, so then when you play it in the playground, it's perfect because it has this set of rules that you can then enter with your own personality. Like the point of Pokemon itself is you build a team of 6 and you do the adventure how you want to. Like the very nature of the game is pick what Pokemon you want. Like, so like what we would do is whenever we play Pokemon, it would be like, we do regions. So we'd be like, okay, this month we're going to do Kanto. So in the playground, each day you do like an episode.
Oh my god.
When you go back into like the classroom, you go, all right, this is just like in the lore, we have like a school that we have to keep going back to, and we're studying for Pokemon. And then you'd get back in the playground and you progress the story a bit more. And like, God, just the way that the games also like matched this, like they knew these were what the kids were doing, and then you'd have like poker walkers and like which were like, that was the thing that came with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which makes this game so special, was the little poker walker device. Do you know about that, Ralph?
No, what is that shit?
So it was like a little plastic
is that where you can, like, take
Pokeball. So you could take a Pokemon out and bring it with you to wherever you went. So in the playground, we'd compare Pokemon in the Pokewalkers.
Shit.
And like mine was always the worst. Like I was like a dumb kid. Like there was this kid in the year above, I think his name was Rowan, who would have like amazing like legendaries, and like I remember he once had this like Crobat. And I just remember this Crobat in the Pokewalker. I just remember being so jealous, and like he had a Pikachu as well.
Is a Crobat like that's not special?
I don't know why it's not special, but I remember as a kid I was like, "How the fuck did you get a Crobat?" Because like I think you have to trade Golbat to get Crobat or something. But like you could trade with the Pokewalkers, and then you could like shake them to.
Oh shit! You see, like,
so, like
no one at my school had these. None of them. I did not see any of these around.
Really?
Yeah, there was no one with Pokewalkers. Like, no one had them.
No, it was
People
like the
didn't.
nerds, the proper nerds. There was only like 3
Maybe,
Pokewalkers in
maybe.
the playground. It wasn't a big thing.
Yeah. If the
But like
that
Pokemon
sounds so
was.
cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just so cool. And as well, like Pokemon is like I this is a bit like weird, but like I learned in media when we were learning about video games that Pokemon is so successful because there's something for everyone's price range. If you can't afford the games, there's the cards.
Yeah.
There's like something for everyone.
And the TV show as well.
And the TV show was free basically because everyone has a TV. And the TV show was fucking great as well. And it's just this like format of stories that you can tell. And then I think because I have a kind of OCD kind of like autistic kind of brain that like I love the patterns in Pokemon, like 8 gym leaders, there's 4 Elite 4, there's 1 champion, you have 6 Pokemon, and like how that matches with like the figures and then like the little smooth plastic Pokeballs that you'd collect and you'd bring in, and then you'd like Pokemon was really good as well, like the merch. Sometimes I have this thing where I hate like if you want to role play, but the costumes for one thing has like the logo on it. Do you know what I mean? Like imagine a Ben 10 watch with the fucking Ben 10 logo on it. Like that would be so shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas when you buy like a Pokedex or a Pokeball or something, it was for the most part like it was there like just to be that. Like they wouldn't slap too much on it.
It could exist in the world as well.
Yeah, and just like I fully like believed we were in Pokemon. It's just oh my god, and just like the best days were when the sun was out, and then
I remember you saying like your best ever memories is just like becoming like a Blastoise or whatever, and just like
like we're just
using
being
like,
on all
Pokemon
fours in the playground.
Yeah, just like
I would probably like this is sad, and it's something like I mentioned to my family once and they're offended, but like all of my favorite memories of my life are Pokemon related. Like it makes me want to cry. Like it's just like God, it's just fucking like magic.
And it's at this point where I'm like, you put this at number 2, and I didn't expect that. I thought this would be
I think it could be number. I think Pokemon should be number 1 actually.
Well, it's too late now.
But like my number 1 is ageless, and I will always love it. Whereas Pokemon is like
I guess that's the thing, isn't it? Because we're not talking about the world. We're not talking about everything. We're talking about mainly about the game, isn't it? And, I mean, the game did start it all, I guess, didn't it? Like that was the thing that started it, but
yeah,
it's like the weakest part. It's like the weakest aspect of Pokemon.
Well, it is the most fully. The I'd say the strongest part of Pokemon is like the stories you tell in the playground. Like it's the playground. But like that wouldn't exist without the games. The games are the fully fledged immersive.
That's true.
They're a little bit like the early ones are a bit immersive sim. Like you kind of do things.
That's the point, isn't it? That's the point of them, I think.
There's one thing I love that I would bring up in like a Pokemon essay is in the first game when you try to buy a bike, you can literally click to buy it, but it's like 1 million coins. It's like an impossible amount.
Oh, really?
So it's like instead of saying no, it's like an in-game. It's like an in-game diegetic reason why you can't have it. It's like it's hard to explain, but the games kind of did a lot of that, like this immersive. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but yeah, I just
that's very. I did not know about that. Like,
but then the newer games are like so
lost,
scripted and linear and just like
it just feels like it's not a game almost at that point. Like you're just playing through it. Like all the choice is ripped away from you in the new games. It just feels.
Well, one thing I hate as well is in the newer games, they force you to have a Pokemon. Now, this is a weird point I'm going to make, but in the newest game, you get the legendary at the start, and it's like an extra mon that it's like you have to have it. Like, even though it's not in your team, you have to have it with you. And it's like, I want to customize what Pokemon I have. Like, what if that doesn't fit my character's lifestyle? Like, I don't want that.
This is the thing as well. Like, as someone who hasn't played Pokemon, I play and then like starting to play the games, I almost felt like I didn't want to start a Pokemon either. I felt like I would have just been happier, just like you were not given a starter. Like, the first one you found would be like an instant catch or something.
Well, there is a part.
I see why they do
because you need to fight a Pokemon to get it. But also, there's the Safari Zone where you catch Pokemon without a Pokemon. Like, you throw rocks and shit.
Oh shit, that's quite funny.
But like, I personally have never had a problem with starter Pokemon. That's another repeating. It's another repeating thing I fucking love.
Yeah,
speaking of starter Pokemon, my favourite starter is... It's either Snivy, Cyndaquil, or Totodile.
Right. Which one's
from
the game you're on about? Like,
so Cyndaquil and Totodile from the game I'm talking about. And the reason why I say both of them is because Cyndaquil was the first starter I ever picked. But I was trying I remember the first hour I got it, I really wanted to put my Pokemon on the Pokewalker, and I didn't know how.
Yeah.
So I was like, I looked at the settings and it said release on the Pokemon summary, and I was like, as a kid, I was like, and I got my Pokewalker ready, and I clicked release, and it disappeared. And I remember screaming and crying, and my mum was like, my mum got so mad at me. She was like, what are you crying about? But like, I look back on it, it's fully fucking justified. If she understood what that meant to me in that moment, fucking hell, because I gave away my first ever starter Pokemon, and my mum had no idea what that meant.
Did you restart?
No, I didn't know how to restart.
Yeah. So you played the whole game without it?
You can click new game on Pokemon, but it doesn't actually save that new game. It's weird.
Really? Oh yeah. It's
so
like
you have a main
disc,
save. You have a main save, but then you can click new game, and you can replay, but then you can't actually save it when you click new game. It's weird. So the only way to actually reset it, they have you have to hold down specific buttons, which as a kid you would just you have to read the manual to do it.
Man.
It's like freaking stupid. So
is there like some point for that? Is that so they don't get kids? They like want them decisions to matter. Like, you can't go back if you choose one.
I'm so happy that they kind of did it. I like it.
I can see some point to that. But then there's also a marketing reason. Like, maybe they just did it so like you can lend the game to like your friends or whatever. Like, everyone had to have their own copy.
It made it feel more special. Like, you pick a starter Pokemon and you can't restart and have a new starter.
You had to like keep it for the whole game, pretty much.
Also, starter Pokemon was so much more special then. Like, you couldn't, if you picked one, you could not get any of the others through the whole game.
Oh, really?
They were like,
really? Wow.
Like, you cannot find, if you pick a Cyndaquil, you are not finding a Totodile or Chikorita in the wild. It's impossible. Unless you trade.
Yeah.
So it was super special as a kid if you had all three starters. Like, that was always my dream. It never happened until later on. You could easily just catch them or trade them or whatever. Like, when online trading. Speaking of like trading was a big thing on X. X is my most played Pokemon game. Because that was like when I was old enough to understand it fully and properly exploit it. Like, I got into competitive. And there was like this kind of, there was this FIFA-esque like buying system where you could like put up Pokemon and bid them off and shit.
Yeah, you like buy the ones with the good stats.
You'd have like your like profile and you could have a little message. And I remember one time it was like summer break and my friend Harry wasn't responding to my Skype calls. So I changed my bio on the Pokemon GTS to Harry, check your fucking Skype. And then like an hour later, he comes online on Skype, and like things like that, like, and then God. Like battling your friends, like you'd be like, okay, at 6 o'clock we're all gonna connect, and we're gonna do a 2v2, and then during the day at the school, you're like thinking, okay, we need to bring our Entei along, so we have a fire type because James is definitely gonna bring in his Venusaur, and it's just like so sick.
Damn.
There's so much more I could say. The music as well.
The music, definitely.
There's just I could talk about it for another 2 hours, but let's not.
Pokemon is legendary.
It's fucking brilliant. It's like on the level of Ben 10 to me is like special.
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Ben 10, Pokemon, Tyler the Creator. Boom. That's the big three.
That's the fucking big three, the trifecta of Flynn.
Anyway.
Shit.
Go on, Ralph.
Yeah, well, I think I have to turn some things around here out of respect, because I would have thought that'd be your number one, but it's not, and I know why, so I'll do the same. I mean, TF2 then would be my number two.
Oh, I thought TF2 was going to be your number two.
Okay, yeah, well, that's what I thought. We'll go with that for now, because after you just
we have
that,
the same one.
two.
Like, the audience and us know.
No, everyone knows. But yeah, TF2 is my level game. I mean, as a kid, like growing up, like playing this game, like the characters were just so satisfying. Like
so cool.
Like the art style is fucking amazing. The way they design them is just so good. They're just like people, but they don't feel like people. Like they're not like human almost. Like they are. It's somehow they've made like this realistic art style look so like not real.
And they're
like
kind of more human for that fact. Cause yeah.
And they all like just like the humor is so on point. Like all the voice lines, like they each have such like distinct characters. No, I don't know if any game has done it. Like
there's this kind of there's this like cynicism to you.
Yeah,
I think like
it comes from this game. It's just like,
I don't think TF2 gave you it, but I think TF2 appealed to you.
Yeah, maybe
because
maybe
you had this weird maturity that not people didn't have at your age, of like this weird like like it's like all my heroes are cornballs like motif of like no one is a fucking legend.
Yeah, like, I think it was just this feeling. Yeah. Like
it's like the counter to pretentiousness.
Whereas you were like, you know, looking at your like anime, like where the protagonist is this fucking like chosen one piece fucking meme. It's like, whereas TF2 were like all these characters were fucking like shit, like people. They were just like pawns in this game. Like, yeah, there was no there's no chosen one here. It's just like shit. They're just in there, and it's like there's no meaning behind it. There's no overarching goal. The whole point of the game is like, it's set up on this premise where they're fighting a pointless war for like these two brothers who've just been fighting for like 100 years and have kept them.
Is that the lore?
Yeah, that's the lore. The Manco brothers who've like had an argument around this piece of worthless earth, and like one wants it and the other also wants it, and they've like kept themselves alive by artificial means purely just to continue this fight for this worthless piece of desert, and they keep hiring mercenaries. Like these characters are just like the latest batch of mercenaries in this like 100-year war. And it's just like the whole premise is pointless. It has no goal. There's no there's no world saving like stakes behind it. The stakes are zero. Like there's no stakes. It doesn't matter if you die. And so all the characters are there on that premise. Like they just have nothing better to do. They like, Sniper's just there for the money. Heavy's just there because he likes shooting his gun. Soldier's there because he got kicked out of every other military and just wants to shoot his gun. Fucking Scout's there because he just wants to like prove he's a tough guy. Like they all have their own little motivation, but like they're all just so morally corrupt in it.
Yeah,
and it's just like and it's absolutely.
I've never really played TF2, but I really like.
Yeah. Oh, it's good.
Like your Splatoon, like this cohesive built world.
Yeah, and
it's cool.
Like the community behind it as well. Like, I don't think any game has like as good YouTube content based on it, like compared to its size and how old it is. Like you have people doing like so much, like the animations, working off Source Filmmaker, which is a broken software, crashes. Like it is not good for you, like animating. It's so hard. Like it's not stable. It doesn't work properly. You've got to literally like bend it to your will. And like people are making fucking Pixar length documentaries. They're like taking every voice line and compiling them and crafting different sentences to make these new stories. These characters become like their own thing. Like there's like animated series where the TF2 characters are like become these new characters on this animation, and it almost loses the TF2 world. And then you have like video essays based on a single weapon set, where it's like an hour long of how you play with this certain weapon set and all the different strategies and like what you should be doing. And it's like talks about the entire meaning for a single class, for a single weapon set. It's so specific. And like people play this game for so long. It's crazy. Like the amount of like skill expression you can have. The skill ceiling is limitless. The movement is like so difficult to learn, like, but it's so easy to pick up as well.
It feels so cohesive and almost poetic in a way that surely there's like are there like named people who created it? Like, are there a specific group? Like,
as far as I know, like it's just the people who've been at Valve for a long time. Like the game was in development hell for ages. Like they went through like so many things. I'm sure you must have like seen like that maybe, but yeah, the original one was supposed to be like a Battlefield kind of thing, which is more realistic, and they scrapped that.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen that.
Yeah, and like went through all these different art styles and designs, and were like slowly like focusing down on this like narrative, like this style. And I don't know how like they did it, but somehow they've just created this thing, and it's just perfect. Like you wouldn't want to change anything on it, like other than like tiny little details, like gameplay wise, but like the whole concept is just flawlessly executed, and it's still going today. Yeah,
I really need to piss and shit. I'm
Bruh.
sorry to cut you off.
Oh my god, he's fucking
I want to hear more about TF2. We got to have a big segment for this.
Oh no! Everything okay in there?
Cool.
Okay, so TF2.
Right.
I'm back from my poo.
Poo break over. Woo.
Carry
Fucking
on.
hell.
This is
I can smell it
fucking
from here.
interesting.
Okay, where were we? Let's start. Skill expression. That's, I think, something we were talking about. Oh my god, the things people can do in that game. I just watch like these YouTubers who just like have played this game for fucking over a decade, and like the level they're at, and it's just so relaxing to watch them play. Like it's like mastering something. It's like objective mastering. It's not like art or like any other skill where it's like a bit subjective, like, oh, that's really good, but not sure if I quite like this part. Whereas this is like, it's like mastery of something that's, you can actually, has a limit, like it, but it doesn't have a limit, but they're getting as close as possible to it. It's crazy. And like, there's something beautiful about it. Like they put like these little songs over the top. It's just like playing this game. I mean, like, it's like exploiting people as well. You can like dupe people. It's like almost everyone else is AI compared to these people who've just played this game for so long. And that's what's like, I'm not sure if games like reward skill in that way anymore. Like the limit of skill in that is insane. It's mostly just like people use aiming. Like the thing about TF2 is like there isn't an assault rifle. It doesn't have an assault rifle weapon. Whereas like every shooter from that time had an assault rifle character. Like and it didn't have that. Like all of them have like other weapons that are a little bit dodgy, like a little bit weird. All of the characters have like a weird weapon. The only one that doesn't really follow this is like Sniper. But even then he like fucking throws a piss bottle at people. Like that's his other thing. He just fucking tosses some fucking piss at you. So like,
no, that is literally it. You're not making a joke as well. They literally call it that.
He has a fucking
right.
Well, it's called Girati, which is Australian for kangaroo piss, I think. But like in the comics, he like just pisses, and like the lore is he was like cursed with like pissing, so like he like pisses like 10 times the normal amount, or like. So he's sniping and he just like fills piss jars over and over, and then they added that in as a weapon in like reference to the short. It's just like crazy.
That's so cool.
I mean, yeah, like I think that's the only class though that like the sniper rifle. But even then they did like you have to charge it up, so it's still a bit janky, and like it covers your vision like exclusively. It doesn't work like normal sniper rifles, and Overwatch like stole that. But Overwatch had Soldier 76. I think that was a big mistake in their design compared to it. Like, because it's not like hard to compare the two games. But I don't know. But that gets like all the Call of Duty people into it. Like, I see why they added him, but I just don't think he fits like Soldier 76. Whereas like TF2 understood that they could have made it. Whereas like to have like a class that, you know, all of the Call of Duty or like Halo kids could play, but they didn't. Like,
we have a lot of conversations about like comparing Overwatch to TF2.
Yeah, and just how TF2
especially in lore and
so
story.
much better.
Like Overwatch takes itself way too seriously for what it deserves.
Yeah.
It doesn't deserve it.
It does not deserve it at all. Like, and TF2 just knows what it is, and it's like way more respectable for that. It doesn't pretend. It doesn't like try and say anything overwhelmingly meaningful. It's just, it knows what it is. It's entertainment, and it gives you like entertainment. Like, you know, it's honest. It's very, very honest. And like, not to say there isn't like, you can like, there's not to say there isn't any high meaning. You can derive like meaning from the characters as well. It's like there is like shit that you can like tell from that. Like, they're just not good people, and you can learn from them. Like, oh man, it's brilliant. Community aspect.
When was the last time you
When was
played
the
it?
last time I played it? Like, I played it on Christmas. I like played it again. I just didn't want to play Overwatch anymore, and I just went back to that game. I was having so much fun. I might reinstall it up here.
Really?
I might reinstall it again. I could see myself getting into it.
What?
I don't know if I will or not.
What would it ever have a resurgence?
I think there's still kids playing it. Like, there are still kids playing it. It's still the game.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was playing it like on my own, and there were people who were terrible. Like, they could only be kids. They have like the kid username. Like, there are still new kids who've like, you know, they haven't played a shooter game before, and they're playing TF2 the first time.
Really?
And I don't like. They're obviously not as many, but the fact that still happens is like astounding.
What would it take for TF2 to become like,
I mean,
Overwatch or Valve?
they'd have
like,
to
a staple.
They'd have to like update it again, obviously. Source 2. If they ever ported it to Source 2, at that point you might as well make it TF3 at that point. Like, I don't know. Or like make it, it would be like T Fortress Redux or something like that. It'd be like Rebirth.
Would they add more classes?
I don't know if they would. Like, there's, because then you're like,
that's a weird thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know. They could.
It's not like Overwatch. It's different. It's like it's like their characters.
It would ruin like
beloved.
Like how you were saying, you know, Pokemon has a nice little like balance to it, and all of like the different, like, you know, 6 Pokemon in your team and like the 8 gym leaders or something. There's something satisfying, like the 9 characters, and they each have like, you know, that is the satisfying like way. And then like all the other characters in there, there's like, it is balanced in that way. Like there's 3 attack classes, 3 support classes, and 3 defense classes. It's just balanced. Like, you wouldn't want to disrupt that. But then there's like, you know, they all have different weapons and everything. And like, man, like, and I think you have to mention as well, like the whole like marketplace. Like, it was the first game to go like free to play. It was the first like shooter game, like multiplayer shooter game, to go free to play, and then use like loot boxes, and use like it brought along a plague, really. But in a sense, it was so ahead of its time, and it's not like Overwatch or like any of the other modern ones where it's like, oh, there's rules and you can't actually sell them for real money, and it's like it's all managed by the game company. This shit was like off the rails. Like, Steam Marketplace, there's no holds barred. Like, you can just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, every item.
I wish more games were like that.
Yeah, you can just sell all your
but like
items,
you can't. It's weird because like you can't carry that over onto console because like you need a keyboard and mouse to like properly sell shit. It's like a weird conversion thing that doesn't work.
Yeah, so the console version is like stuck in the past, really. But like all of the new items and shit, and like it's still, you know, like it's it's like a multi-billion-dollar like economy, the TF2 market. I don't know how much it is now, but
like there's so much stuff that's happening with that. Like you can sell and buy and like trade. I used to like talk to people and like we trade items and you'd make friends. Like and you'd speak in voice chat, and like it was the first game that I was really like talking to people, like, and I'd it wasn't the first one. I did that a bit in like Minecraft as well, which we'll get onto, but well, it's obvious.
Spoiler.
But yeah, like you could just like make friends and like trade items, and you like I remember people would give each other gifts. Like I gifted this guy like items, and like he'd give me some other items that we didn't have, and like we'd wear them, and it was like a little bond of friendship. And like the thing is, like there was like rules, like you didn't kill people if they were doing certain things. Like whereas in Overwatch, there's none of that because it's so small and like condensed, and the fighting is always happening. But you could just sort of like stand. You'd have like spy crabs, which is where like if you were a spy, you like pointed your mouse up in the world, you do like a little cross thing with his arms, and if you crouch whilst doing it, he looked like a bit of a crab maneuver or something. And if you did that, like people wouldn't shoot you, you'd be like protected. You'd be like an endangered species. And like if you were a heavy,
so there's like room for role.
yeah, there'd be like roleplay all the time. If you were a heavy and you had your fists out and you started crouching, you'd be like a hoovy, and you could give people sandwiches and like
Yeah, I remember you doing that at school. You would
oh
always
my
talk
god,
about
it
that.
was so fun. It was so fun. Like it was just like it was just fun. Like people weren't taking it too seriously, but you could take it serious as well. For some, like there was competitive TF2 as well. It went both ways. Like there was a balance where the skill floor was so low that you could have like anyone join, but it was so high that you could have highly competitive games. No other game has reached that balance. Like it's either one or the other, you know. Whereas like League is hyper competitive, and like I don't know, whatever the casual one is, Splatoon or whatever. But like, yeah, TF2 just found this perfect balance of everything. It's like I don't know how they did it. It's good. It's like amazing. I think that's I don't want to go into it too much depth. We should definitely
Incredible.
like we should do some fucking videos on that on TF2 and Overwatch and how
I'd like to play
yeah, we should play that again,
like a series of
like showing
like
you the
teaching me
ropes.
TF2.
Oh, that would be fucking
And we-
amazing. Actually, that would be so fun. That would be so fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah. I mean, me like Ben and Jerry, we used to spend hours on that game. We got home, we just play it for so long.
How many hours you got?
Over 1,000. I think I have more on Overwatch these days, but like, because I was never actually that good at the game. Like, it was just fun. Like, there wasn't like a class which I really connected with, like in terms of gameplay wise.
Oh, really?
I love the character of Heavy, but his gameplay was like pretty like stationary. Like it wasn't like the most fun thing ever for me, but like it was just the game itself was really like fun. I think if I played more of it, like I'd be a soldier main these days. But
I remember like when I first joined the secondary school
yeah,
that we were in, I joined late and then Ralph, and I remember like the friend group was like everyone kind of sat next to each other because we were all like weebs and nerds or whatever. But then there was kind of this divide between console and PC.
Yeah.
And the PC players, which was your group, you're all a bit smarter, a bit more cynical, a bit more weird.
It was like that, wasn't it? Like I don't know where that comes from. That is definitely a thing. Like, I think maybe just exposure to the internet. I don't know.
And then you would all be like you'd like reference TF2 and shit.
Yeah.
And like I remember when I first like added you on online things, you had like the TF2 heavy as a profile picture or something.
Yeah. I was
remember that
obsessed. I was
vividly,
obsessed like with that game. Like it was all
And like
it was
in
all
school
I'd
you'd
think
always
about.
you'd Photoshop heavy into your work and stuff.
It was all
And I
could
remember
think about.
the first time I ever saw Shrekker's Love, Shrekker's Life was you showing me in French, and I connect that CGI like source animation to
it's
you.
such like it's so heavily like I don't know. It's something about that era. It's just like, it's like, so it's such like a weird like contrast to your like clean like anime shit. Like, it's like polar opposites. But like,
Yeah.
man, I just wish there was like more. I wish there was more of it. Like, it's way too niche compared to what it could have been. I think that's like the saddest part. Like, TF2 had like an animated show that could have gone on Comedy Central, but they just didn't do it. Like, it could have been the biggest like PC, like it could have been the biggest franchise PC for like a lot longer than it was, but oh well.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Is there ever a moment that is kind of sweet and poetic and like kind of like nice, or is it all just fucking disgusting?
What, in TF2?
Is there anything that's a bit sad or like a bit like?
Well, yeah, all of them.
that's
All of
nice.
them are like sad. Yeah, like they all have sad moments. Like Scout's father is Spy. It's like hinted at, and it's basically almost confirmed. But like,
What?
did you not know that?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
So it's like in the Meet the Spy short, like he's has sex with Scout's mother, and like that's a big revelation. But then it's like,
I thought that was just
yeah,
a joke.
it's just a
Like,
joke.
what
But then
the
it's like
fuck?
in the comics, it's like Scout is actually
Actually true.
yeah, and Spy feels really guilty that he's just like abandoned him. And it's like they all have like deeper themes. Like Heavy's like big into like he has a lot of family like issues, and like they all have like kind of somber moments. Yeah,
That's cool.
like it is just kind of, it does like, it's like hinted at. It's not in the forefront at all though. It is just kind of like the whole game is just cynical in a sense. But I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, should it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, should it have this like uplifting, like, you know, it comes from a point of like honesty, whereas like in Overwatch they try and force this like good message when it's like doesn't fit thematically at all. Oh yeah, all right, man.
If you had to create a new class, have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, like a new class, like that's the thing. As I said, it was like so balanced. Like the new class, like I think a support like buffing kind of class, like they all kind of have like buffing abilities. Like Soldier can buff, like Sniper can nerf them by like, or debuff them by like throwing his Jurati. Scout has his like milk that he throws at people that can like gives his teammate a buff. He has the fucking milk ability he can equip.
What, it cleanses?
No, he like throws it at the enemies, and like if you hit them, you get some health. Like
Okay.
Pyro can like throw gasoline on people now. That's his like latest thing. But I feel like a class that could like buff people, like I don't know, maybe, or like another supporting ability other than the medic. But it just fits so nicely. Like they all kind of work. There's not really a hole other than the obvious hole of like just a guy with a normal gun, but that's a hole that doesn't need filling. Like, it's very purposeful. Everything is done with a lot of purpose. They knew what they were doing. Oh, right. We need to fucking get this. We need to like wrap this one up.
We're
now.
doing honourable mentions.
Yeah, honourable mentions.
Honourable mentions.
That's what I'm saying. TF2 is over.
You go.
Yeah.
You...
All right. Honourable mentions. Should we just do like 3 or like how many have we got? Like I don't know.
just need to
You
talk
need
about Zelda.
Okay.
I forgot about Zelda.
The one that I left off, which I was like, it was close to putting on, very close, was Civ 5.
Oh yeah, Civ.
Which I mean, like me and my friends, like you were there a little bit. You played it a couple times in Youth, Flynn, but you never really like got into it.
I played it once. Fucking hate
Yeah, but like
it. Don't get it. It's too complicated.
you've got to like learn
Don't
it.
care.
You've got to learn it. But once you learn it, like it's just you could like we'd have like these role playing like events, like you'd have like alliances and you'd betray your best friends, like you'd betray them in cold blood, and it'd be this huge thing, and then we'd talk about it in the playground the next day. It's like, how could you do this? Like, holy shit. It was like all we'd talk
cool.
about in the playground afterwards, and then we'd go back and like, because the game would be like halfway, and then we'd all split up into our little teams in the playground, like if we'd all like,
That's cool.
yeah, and then we'd like discuss how to take down the enemy team, and then we'd play it out as soon as we got home. It was like the best thing ever.
I would like to experience
Yeah,
that.
like-
That sounds cool.
It was so good.
Maybe I should learn.
And like
it. I should
you'd
learn
like
it.
spy on the other like group, like you try and like listen in, what are they thinking, and then you'd like report back, and and you'd like spread
That's
false
so
you'd
cool.
spread false information as well, like, oh yeah, I am not going to win a science victory, I'm not trying for that, but actually you were like doing it. And then you'd like betray your own group as well, like, or you pretend, oh, our only chance of winning is if we support this, so we can stop our, like, I don't know, Ben from winning. But then like you're actually working, and then maybe you'd like team up.
It's like Qatar.
Yeah. I mean, it's like and like we were just doing that, and it really like had moments where like friendships were fucking almost like ruined. Like it would be a huge thing. It would be taken so seriously.
Really?
Yeah. There was like arguments about it.
I
and
missed
shit.
that. That sounds so sick.
There were like huge arguments over it. Maybe it deserves to be in my top 9. I don't know. Like, I love that game. It's so fun. It's like, it's so comfy to me. Just like that game, like the way it looks, like all the little tiles and everything. It's like very comfy. It brings me back. There's like loads of different memories. Like if I look through my Steam screenshots, like I can like look back at memories of like us and like playing. I can remember like exactly what was going on in those games and like who was winning at
That's
the time
sick.
and like what we were thinking. It is yeah, that would be my honorable mention. Damn.
Okay, I just want to talk about
Yeah.
Zelda. So on my 3DS, I had the Ocarina of Time remake. Just loved it.
Yeah.
It's just like I love the if I'm talking about world building from a more like ethereal kind of magic-y kind of it's very like somber and poetic and peaceful, like the Zelda universe, and it just looks really cool. And I loved Ocarina of Time, and I tried to complete it as a kid, and it was just fun. Yeah,
Damn.
It's just Zelda is just beautiful. It's like some of the best, like top tier art style.
Yeah.
Like all of the games just have these cool creature designs that have this like stickery 3D Nintendo kind of look.
Yeah.
And colors. The colors are fucking beautiful. Zelda. A few other honorable mentions. You laughed at me. I almost put Clash of Clans in my top 9.
No. I mean,
Just like Clash of Clans was like, it, like I love Clash of Clans for the clan wars.
Yeah.
I think the clan wars are amazing. Like after school, you'd be like, oh, okay, the clan war starts at 9. You need to do your 3
Yeah,
You
yeah.
do 3. Would it be 2? 2? You do
2 or some shit. I can't even remember, but yeah.
You do 2 raids, and then you'd all watch each other do the raids, and then you'd like joining clans and stuff. It was just so fun.
Yeah.
Just so cool. Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare, that's a banger. And Speedrunners for the Xbox
Oh,
One.
right.
That
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
that's just a random game that is just like the least special game. Like,
Yeah.
there's not really much going for
Yeah.
it, but like, it's my favorite game ever gameplay
Really, really.
I
You'd
love-
go that far.
I love how it feels.
Whoa.
It's so responsive. It feels so fucking good, and it's so simple. Like logging in on that on Christmas with my brother, just like 2 controllers, same room. It's just so simple. We both pick it up instantly, and like the way you swing and build momentum and like glide and swoop. It's just like so. It feels like Mario 64, like where the way it's responsive,
Yeah,
and clicky,
yeah.
and it's like Smash Bros. It's just like.
Damn.
It's I just fucking love it. But yeah, those are my honourable mentions.
Fair enough. Man. Okay.
Are we doing it?
Yeah, number 1.
Are we fucking
Here we
doing
go.
it, Ralph?
Holy shit. Log it off.
Shrek Super Slam.
Woo!
Shrek Super
I
Slam
mean,
is a game.
Look,
that's
Dog
special.
Dogshaw. Shout out to Dogshaw for introducing me to that legendary game.
Ralph got gifted Shrek Super Slam at secondary
Yeah.
school by this guy we know called Doug. It was a bit random,
Yeah.
but it was cool.
It was like in a black box. It looked like it came from like a fucking porn game or some shit. It didn't have the cover art. It was like this forbidden copy. I opened it up and it was just Shrek Super Slam. So yeah, that's the number one pick. Number 0 pick. What we got for the number 0 pick?
So what we really have as our number one is Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, okay, there you go.
It's fucking Minecraft.
Like the thing is, when like listening to like what we were saying about all the other games, the same shit could apply to Minecraft because it's so expansive.
Minecraft
like,
is all of it.
Yeah, it literally.
Minecraft
it's
is all of it.
literally all of it in one game, and it's like, yeah, like the stuff about like clan wars of Halo, like where you're all like doing that. That shit's Minecraft factions. You can just that was
Minecraft's
Minecraft.
that even better.
That was Minecraft factions for me, and it was even better because like you could just do it like that. And I mean,
No, just like it's not even Minecraft factions.
yeah,
it's just
or
Minecraft
just like
itself.
yeah,
Like,
just Minecraft. Like
I remember my friend on Xbox 360 had a world called Creeperville.
Yeah.
Where it was just a creative, super flat world.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he would like roleplay where you had to pay rent and shit. To
yeah,
build.
yeah.
And it's just like
We
that
used to
kind
do
of
that shit as well.
role playing.
Oh man, yeah, you could literally just roleplay like anything. Do like
There's so much
yeah,
to talk
like
about.
Skyrim, like that whole like game. Like you could just fucking make that shit on Minecraft. Like you could do all that whole world. You could like make a little story.
That's
for your
another
friends.
point.
Like,
Minecraft is every game.
yeah, that is the point. Like everything that we've talked about for all these other games, we've done on Minecraft as well. It's like, obviously, you know, to a lesser degree, but that's fine because your child brain like fills in the blanks. It doesn't need to be like that. It's just, I mean,
There's no better feeling.
yeah,
than loading up a new world with your friends on Xbox 360 and just build. Like what we would do is we'd start a survival world that had a limited size, and then we'd all just we'd go off in pairs of 2, and it would be a factions, and then we'd just play that for like 6 hours, like after school, and it was just like high. It was just a high.
It was so fun.
So good.
It was so fun. Like, it's just, and then like mini games, or like it had like the Club Penguin shit, but like that was just servers you could go on, and then like you could talk to people, and like I met friends. Like I remember like talking on Skype to these random people, like playing factions on this random server, and we just like make a base together, and then we like get raided, or like
Wow, I never had that.
Really.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, like faction servers where you'd like make a faction and then you'd like raid and like we used to play that.
See, in that early teenage life, I was on console, so I didn't have that.
Like I was sort of on both. I think like I did a bit of both. Like I was at different friend groups. Like me, I played a lot with Alex, just me and him, which feels weird like to say these days, but like I think that was, and like we'd just like play factions. We'd like make a little faction, and other people would come, and like we'd defend against raids, and we'd try and like survive. And like all the mod packs. Oh my god, using all the mods and shit. It was limitless. You could do anything. Fucking Pokemon in Minecraft. We played that shit.
We should do a Pixelmon. I would love to play Pixelmon with you.
A Pixelmon Let's Play.
I used to watch like Stampy and iBallistic Squid series of Pixelmon.
I mean,
and I loved how they like organized a house and like had their own little Pokemon, and they'd go off and do their own things.
Dude,
there's so much to say.
It's just endless.
I just also love the like textural, like repetitive nature of Minecraft as well. Just from a core. Like I remember I got really addicted at some point to Redstone, and I had this like addiction at some point to making my own server on console. So I built this world where you could buy stuff and do mini games, but I had to make it in a Redstone way where players couldn't cheat or like break shit. So like I would look up like ways to make shops, and I did it without a tutorial. I built a mini game where it only started when everyone stood in the corners.
No, I did that shit
And
as
then
well.
when
I did that shit as well.
When someone won, it would dispense money, which you could then go spend.
Yeah.
And I made like rooms where you could like train and kill zombies to get coins, and like you could trade the rotten flesh for money. And I like built this whole system, and it was like a lot of my friends got joy from like fucking with it and trying to break it, which at the time I hated, but like that was definitely part of the appeal. Like they would all fuck the world up, and then I would quit it without saving, and then
exactly.
I'd like,
and then you'd like
it was a challenge to make it.
I did that exact same thing. Like I had my Hunger Games world, which had like a Hunger Games arena and loads of mini games floating in the sky. And so the whole world would be like an arena, and then like all of the mini games would be floating in this world. And I made it all out of obsidian because like I didn't know how to turn off like people breaking blocks, so I just made it out of obsidian so people wouldn't escape. And I just remember
I just used adventure.
Yeah, I was an idiot kid, I guess. I didn't like know that was a thing. I think I turned it on at one point, but no, because I wanted like people to be able to destroy in the Hunger Games world. I think
in certain games. It's
yeah, because
difficult. You have to decide
because
what
I
you
had
want.
a spleef game. I think that was it. Yeah.
So,
but then I'd have like all of these redstone currents running back and forth. So like, if you were like all locked in, then you could like play Hunger Games, and then it would all launch you. It was like a 3, 2, 1. Like half the shit was broken, but I was like trying to fix it and shit. Like, oh my god, I remember building like a giant glass wall to keep people into the arena or shit like that.
damn,
Oh my god,
yeah.
I was trying to like.
What I would
make
do
this
is just
minigame.
pour lava around the edge of the area you're not allowed to get.
That was another way of doing it, but I wanted it to be like cool. I wanted to do it like hourglass. I think I remember like, oh, one day I'll finish this. You know what would be the fucking best thing ever? Would just to go look at your old Xbox 360 worlds. I think I would actually cry.
I've got it all.
I think I would actually cry. Looking at
I
that.
did it a couple of years
Really?
ago. I went back, and it's just like, it's hard to do though, because I would name every word like poop shit 1 to 7.
Yeah.
But like I would recognize certain one. I'd be like, oh, cake 92. Yes, I remember that world.
Oh man. Yeah, I think I still have it. I think I still have all of them out there.
I remember the first time I did that server thing. We did it on Xbox 360, but in a way where you could break shit. It was just like our first iteration. Me and Jerry, we built this like.
Wow.
I remember there was this week where we were like, okay, by the end of the week we're gonna have 3 maps, a shop, and a mini game. And then we did it, and I remember like the day we finished it, Jerry had to go to the like fucking dentist, and I remember being so pissed. But yeah, that was awesome. And also another special like Minecraft memory. I had this world where like I built this kind of, so there was this like island you spawned on in the sky, and then you could drop down into the world, and in the world I'd built like dungeons and like lore. There was like lore and like
making your own adventure maps.
You could come back to the hub where you could buy new maps, and there was different skill trees you could go down to buy new, not maps, spells. Yeah. Like you could buy new spells, and then like I'd come up with like, okay, so you're the monster tamer, so the spells would be okay. So like for 5 mob drops, you were allowed to have like 1 spawn egg, and then once you fully leveled that system up by getting a certain amount of like an item in your inventory, then the rules were you're allowed to then, you're at a level to have your own dog. But then that would be like the tamer class, but then there was also like a fire class where I like used all the different fire items in Minecraft, and I'd exploit. Minecraft is about exploiting the very general,
like I remember like having like a stick, and you could enchant it with like knockback and like flame, and it would be like it would be like the like magic wand stick or something, and you'd have like potions would be like spells. It was so cool. It was so cool. Oh, Minecraft. Those early like Minecraft memories, it's just amazing. The thing is, I like all of like my old PC worlds, because I've had like all the computers have fucking died, or like hard drives have gone. Like I've lost so much
I got
shit.
so
like,
many like that.
it would have been fun to look back on them all. But here's a question: what's your like first Minecraft like memory? Who got you into Minecraft? Where did it come from?
So it was. I went to Tom Dunning's house.
Right.
Tom Dunning was like, mad respect. He was on it like way before anyone else. It was like very early on, like the first months it was out.
Yeah, really.
And then, well, not months actually, like year.
Yeah.
I'd say a year. And then he showed me it at his house, and I remember just being like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, and then he made like a Nether portal, and then he was also like, "But you can have the Nether portal be flat, and it would still open." And I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, it can't be that old.
And
If
then
he could do a flat Nether portal, it can't be that.
Maybe it wasn't a
No,
flat
no.
Nether portal.
Yeah, it can't be. I don't think you
It
can
was
do that
something
thing.
like
But yeah,
that, where
you
I
could,
was
like
like,
do fucking some
What
shit.
the fuck? And then like he'd found it through the internet,
Yeah,
and it was again like very early internet memories of looking at like
Yeah.
mods and maps and shit. But then I remember like wanting it for so long, and then I finally got it on the family laptop, and it ran like shit.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize you needed a mouse, so that the evening I had it, I was like playing it with the trackpad,
Yeah.
and I was like, I need a mouse for this shit. So we went out and got a really cheap like wireless mouse.
Oh wow.
And I was just like, I remember my first world was just a survival world, and
Yeah.
I think the first biome I was ever in was a jungle. I remember it.
Wow.
I remember it really vividly.
I can remember mine as well. So, I think the first how I found out about it was my cousin came down to my nan's while we were there, and he was playing it on my nan's computer. And like, you know, or he brought one down, or I think he played it on his nan's computer. Yeah, but so we found out, and we were like, "Oh, this is so cool!" So when we went home, we'd go on Minecraft.com, and you could play like the free trial version of Minecraft.
Yeah.
And I
remember.
Yeah,
that.
it was like creative. There was like no other things. Like, like there's not much you could do, but you could just like build houses. And I remember like it was like you could only build a certain amount, because then the computer would overheat and it would shut down. And so like we only had limited time before like the whole world would crash. But like we'd have competitions, me and my brother, like to try and make like the biggest house. And like I remember like playing Minecraft, and then we had to go to our nan's again. It was like, no, I just need to finish this house. It hasn't crashed yet. This is going to be my biggest house yet. And it was like crazy.
That's
Yeah. And then finally, I can't remember like how long the gap was, but we got Minecraft. And then the first like Minecraft memory is just in this like, it's like in this biome, and we're like walking around. I don't know how to break blocks, because I'm used to playing creative. I don't know you had to hold down the click button, so I couldn't.
Yes, no, I remember that. I remember that.
So I couldn't actually break any blocks. I didn't know how it worked, and then I hit a dog and I died, and it was like the scariest moment because the dog turned evil.
Yeah, it used to be so
Yeah,
scary.
it was like terrifying. And then like it was slowly turning nighttime, and I couldn't figure out how to mine blocks, and I was like traumatized by that. I don't think I played it again for like a few days after. It was like so scary.
Yeah.
But then I like figured out how to build like mine shit, and then like this was like a huge moment. I was like seeing on like people like had tools or something. I think because I found YouTube by that point, and then I found like this tutorial of how to survive your first night. I think that's like what everyone had, wasn't it? Like the how to survive your first night tutorials, and like
I wonder if that's like a big video.
it is. Like I remember watching it. It's like a massive video, and I remember watching it like very early. Like just I want to find that maybe.
Oh, there's an old one, 12
It
12
might
years
be
old,
that. It might be that.
7.2 million.
It might be that.
7.2 million. There's one from the Yogscast.
Yeah, I also
It's
remember
got
that, but
18
it
mil.
wasn't that one from the Yogscast. But you know what? I think it might have been this one.
We talked about Yogscast in the last
Yeah,
episode, but
yeah.
Minecraft YouTube is like watching people do stuff in Minecraft, and then you like try and
It was
copy
this
and you
one,
build your
yeah.
house like that.
I watched Minecraft Tutorials #1, How to Survive Your First Night from 12 years ago. I watched that shit. And like I could learn I learned that you could actually craft shit in this game, and I was like, holy shit, you can craft shit? That was like I didn't know that was a thing in the game. Because it didn't tell you, there was no recipes or anything. You had to like go on YouTube to find it. And that's how I started watching YouTube, I think. Like that's how the whole
Yeah,
internet
yeah.
like opened up. And like it was just this feeling like my mind was like expanding because like the endless possibilities. Like I started just like messing around in the crafting box, like trying to like find these new recipes. It was like,
Did you ever?
I think because you could make buttons and levers were quite easy. So like
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought like
yeah,
pressing a lever would like open a door to like this dimension or something. And like I was figuring like the rules at that point weren't defined, so like anything was possible in your brain. Just like that feeling that like you could do anything in this game. The limits weren't known. It was
And
so
you can't,
like,
but you technically can.
yeah. Like it's so mysterious. Oh, it was such a cool experience.
Also, just like from an abstract kind of arty sense, like this idea of this virtual world, and then like the art by Zeta Strand that was commissioned for it, and like he's an artist that explores like breaking realities and shit.
I saw that it's like the art fits so well into Minecraft, but it was made before Minecraft was a thing, and like that's
and the music and the vibes,
music.
like this
Oh,
abstract.
Oh shit!
Like Zeta Strand did like at his uni, he did like a lecture or like a bit of writing about clipping outside of CS:GO maps, and how that was like kind of existential. Like that was a very early person thinking about that. But it's like, as a kid, you kind of pick up on that without ever thinking about it. Like this poetic kind of weird like reality in these games that's kind of like in a super flat world, like the infinite horizon is kind of creepy.
Oh man,
so cool.
It's
cool.
fucking like, I don't know, Minecraft is just like, it feels like it shouldn't exist. It feels like it's like it breaks like so many rules, and like it doesn't like have, it doesn't feel like it should be as big as it is, but it's like such a positive thing that it is. I don't know, like it hits everything.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's like, and people still don't get it. Like old people still do not understand it. Like they try and understand it, and even the people who are working on the game right now, I don't think understand it in the same way. Like as you would. Like,
well, no one does,
because like
it's its own thing to everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for what it means to us.
So how do you develop?
Well, it's very hard. Like you can only, you have to do what you got to do. Like I know where they're going. I think the game has improved, but like it's not the same.
Thankfully, like
it's not the same to us because
you can still play the old.
The old versions.
Things.
I've never done that, honestly. I've never gone back. I don't feel like
Me neither.
I don't feel like it's honest. Like
I feel like
it'd
be a good idea, but in practice, you'd miss all the new stuff, like the quality of life
so
improvements.
bad. Like it wouldn't be fun. But part of
I wish you could play the new game, but with the lighting of the old, like that weird, like and the colors and the old textures.
I think you can. Like you can definitely get the old textures back.
Yeah.
Man, it was crazy. Like, like the parents do not get Minecraft. Like, I don't know. There's some weird, like, they can understand other games, but Minecraft is just like unintelligible to them. You know what I mean?
Orson's dad likes Minecraft.
Really? Oh, well,
there's a story about that.
He's cool.
They were woken up in the night by like Minecraft noises, like Orson and his mum, and they heard them, and then they followed it, and it was Orson's dad sitting on the toilet, and apparently he'd been sitting there for hours. Like he just like went to the toilet, popped some Minecraft on the iPad, and just like got stuck there.
He was stun locked.
Yeah.
It is like that, isn't it?
We should play
some. Minecraft Let's Play.
We should like log me in Hitachi right now after this and just do a super flat.
Do a little super flat build.
Log me in Hamachi or whatever.
Log me in Hamachi, yeah. Oh, maybe we should. That'd be fun. Would that be fun?
Yeah,
I don't
just
know.
build some shit.
Just fucking build some shit.
Let's try it. It's
why not?
Not like that hard to do.
No. Yeah, well, that's our evening plan. Holy shit. Right. This is like a
Minecraft
2 hour...
is the game of games.
2 hour podcast, man. It's been fun.
There's some cool shit we talked about. Some
cool shit.
We talked about the past, but we've opened up our futures.
Yeah. Kind of.
I love that dream of having an office where
That's a future.
set up all
That's
this
a
shit.
future I can get behind. I can be a part of that one for sure. Man. Yeah. That'll be it.
Man.
I hope there's some new games that come out. I hope like a new game. I hope this list won't be locked in, you know what I mean? Like a new game will come out and dislodge one of these.
There will be.
I just think nostalgia is such a heavy factor in a lot of these. But
Yeah, and I hope that changes.
yeah, I hope a new game can come and like we'll have future nostalgia for that game. I don't know if that'd be
Like, none of mine are from the last 10 years. Oh, yeah, they are.
yeah, like Splatoon, I guess. What? I don't know.
And my rediscovery of Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
I
But
appreciate
loads
it.
of mine are from like over 10 years ago. Overwatch is like the newest one, I think. Or Hotline Miami. Like, yeah, maybe a new game will come out.
Maybe one day we'll make a game.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what life is leading to. That's like the end goal.
That'll be the end goal. Make a fucking Lan
Movies
Party
and
game.
video games.
Yeah, Lan Party movie.
An animated series.
Lan Party TV show. Lan Party album. Lan Party video game.
Look, Lan Party is a way of life, and we're
living
like,
it.
I'm fucking ready.
We're
man.
living it.
I've been thinking, like, last 2 days, like, Lan Party is the thing I want to focus on now.
Oh shit. Oh, let's
Like-
do it. Let's do it.
I'm gonna do some, like, I'm still gonna do some Flinbin shit, but, like,
But Lan Party is where
I'm
it's
putting
at.
more energy into Lan Party, yeah.
Oh, it will be big. It will be fucking big.
We've got to grind it.
Yeah, we've got to put in the fucking grindstone. Man. Episode 2 of the Lan Party podcast.
I love the goal of having our office and living off it is, like, enough motivation for
Episode
me right now.
100 of the Lan Party podcast will be in an office. That's my prediction.
Episode 50.
Episode 50. That's Flynn's prediction.
Episode 69.
That's Flynn's revised
Should we say
prediction. Episode 69.
Should we say that?
Episode 69,
By
office.
episode 69, we get 100k per episode so we can live on.
Yes. Easy. Slam bang. Think of
Actually, that's not enough. Yeah, that's enough to live off with merch.
that. With
and
2 people, merch, bit of a Patreon thrown in there, sponsorship deals, easy. Easy, mate.
There'll be new shit by then as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
That'll be a few years. We don't know. By the time we leave uni, I just want to be in a place where we're almost ready to. We may have to have a job on the side or something.
Yeah. But we can work it out.
Do you think where would we go?
It's sort of like Hastings, it feels like. I don't know.
Nah, fuck
Yeah,
that.
we could go wherever we want. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm thinking LA.
nah, maybe. But
Like everyone's I know like it's shit.
yeah,
but like
that is where everyone is. isn't
all the
it?
YouTubers to collaborate with are like
Yeah. You're right.
and all the cool places.
No,
and shops
well,
and
maybe yeah. Damn, imagine
I don't know, or just London. You just
London.
come back
Yeah,
down.
I'd be down for that. But price.
I don't know. We just need somewhere to set up office.
Melbourne, Australia.
Maybe
Yeah. Do
there's some
possibly.
clout there.
Hong Kong, Singapore.
Hong Kong, North Korea.
No. I'm ruling it out. Lan Party episode 69, North Korea. Let's go.
And then we'd get Keemstar as the third member of Lan Party. That'd be a
Yes.
perfect future.
I'm dreaming it now. I'm going to think about that. Going to bed.
Think about it for real.
Right, fuck it, it's over.
Okay.
Yeah, see you guys. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching this episode.
Yeah,
We'll see
go
you next
fuck
time.
yourself.